will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for the third game in this six-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. Adam Pohl will be along shortly. That was yet another close one last night for the Baysox as they extended it into the 10th inning, but unfortunately weren't able to hold on. A couple of runs late for the Seawolves made it a 6-4 final as the Baysox extended their losing streak to 4 consecutive games. That combo of extra inning and one-run losses for Bowie this year has been the toughest thorn. 11 of the Baysox' 25 losses have been by either one run or the loss has gone into extra innings. You flip those losses into wins, and Bowie's record would essentially be inverted, and they would be leading the division right now. That tells you how much Bowie is just a coin flip away from going on a big run. The flips lately have just been coming up tails, and Bowie, they'll break out soon. They've got the key talent to get it done. Erie comes into today's game as we get ready to preview. Number 42 on the season for the Seawolves. A 23-18 mark for Erie, a 2-game winning streak. They're 7-3 over their last 10, and 10-10 when playing on the road. The Baysox come in for game number 40 on the season, a 14-25 mark, but a 4-game losing streak. They're 1-9 over their last 10, and 9-13 when playing in front of the home crowd here at Prince George's Stadium. Seawolves are only 2 games out of first place at the moment, currently tied for second with the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Both teams are 23-18, and they both trail Akron, who is 25-16 in the top spot. The Baysox 10 games out of first place. They're in sixth. They're still 3.5 games back of their next closest competition. That's Harrisburg, who is 6.5 games out behind Akron. Your starting pitching matchup for today's game, it'll be Reese Olson going for Erie, while Zach Peak goes for Bowie. Olson, a 2-2 mark and a 3.60 ERA this season. 35 innings of work. He struck out 54 batters and walked only 7, his first full season as a Tigers farmhand. And while he only made 5 starts with Erie last year and pitched all right, his 8 starts with the Seawolves this season have gone great. 4 of them he's had at least 7 strikeouts, and each of his last 2 performances, he's struck out at least 10 batters. He's got a 4-pitch mix with a mid-90s fastball, a heavy fading changeup, as well as a slider and a curveball. Zach Peak comes into today's game an 0-1 record for Bowie, a 3.71 ERA, but this is going to be his first appearance in the month of May. Much like Drew Rom yesterday, it's Peak's first start back after an extended layoff that featured a stint on the injured list. And he had a good live BP session last week. He still always carries that great demeanor about him that we enjoy. But the fact of the matter is that it could be a short leash, because Rom only went 2 1/3 innings yesterday while ramping back up against live opponents. I would anticipate the same from Zach Peak today, maybe around 40 to 50 pitches. The exact number I can't say, but I would feel like it's somewhere in that vicinity. Peak's curveball has been one of his most used breaking pitches, and it's worked well for him. Picked up plenty of grounders, and he could really use that today, Adam, because the home runs have been just so dastardly against Bowie pitchers so far in the early goings of this series.
Yeah, I like that, dastardly. That would be a good Scrabble word. I agree, though. The reality is that the Baysox, and we talked about this a few nights ago, but their 2021 success was largely due to the fact that they pummeled the baseball and kept the ball in the yard against them. They out-homered opponents by leaps and bounds. And even though Bowie has hit really a good amount of home runs this year, they have seen the ball leave the yard against them really at a prolific clip. And one of the tough things about a game like tonight is, as you mentioned, you're not going to get a long start from your starters. So let's see what the Baysox can do. We talk about Peak tonight. It's going to be great to get Peak back. But the Baysox bullpen is going to be leaned upon heavily in trying to get Bowie off the schneid tonight.
I would have to imagine either Griffin McClarty or Connor Loprich might come out of the bullpen for some long relief after Noah Denoyer did so last night and pitched very, very well. 4 scoreless innings with 7 strikeouts for the right-hander. But again, today, the starters, it's Peak versus Olson as we get rolling here with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside for now, and when we come back, we sit down with the hitting coach, Brandon Becker, one of our catch-ups with one of the coaching staff here for Bowie. He gives us his thoughts on what's been working well with the likes of Jordan Westberg, Maverick Handley, and, as always, Gunnar Henderson, and then some of his first impressions on Cesar Prieto. We're back after this with Brandon Becker. You're listening to the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. This is Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 3 in this series between Bowie and Erie. Sitting down with the hitting coach Brandon Becker. And first things first, one of the big jumps over the last couple of weeks has been that of Jordan Westberg. He's shifted around in the lineup a couple of slots, bumped down to fifth for a couple of days in Reading, and then since then he's really been tearing the cover off the ball again. A lot of extra base hits. Has there been any change specifically that you guys have been trying to tackle in the cage or maybe at batting practice? Or is he just getting back into the swing of things?
There's some minor adjustments here and there. Obviously, some behind-the-scenes stuff as far as just competing and kind of getting back to square one. But Jordan's always been an elite player, and there's nothing too drastic that needed to be addressed. It's just rather just kind of getting after in practice, seeing a little bit more shapes, just how he's getting attacked in the game, and kind of just keeping it simple because we know he can turn it around real quick with how good of a player he is. So it's been simple. He's made some really good adjustments. He's been competing day in, day out with his teammates, and really it's just hats off to him as far as turning it around. And I know he had a tough week span in Richmond, but he really came in with a clean slate, good mindset, ready to work and kind of get after it, and that shows.
Gunnar Henderson, he was chatting with a reporter the other day and said something that I found a little interesting. He was trying to flatten out his swing toward the top of the zone, and he says that that's really helped him a lot when it comes to just more barrel action. And just from my very rudimentary eye test and reading some of the readouts as they come through, he definitely does seem to have some of the highest exit velocity on this team. Has that been a direct result of it, or is that just him in general?
That's Gunnar in general. He's a big boy, so he's always been capable of having high exit velocity balls that are struck. As far as flattening out the barrel, that just gives him another club in his bag, as you would say, to be able to solve the problems that are being thrown at him. Because obviously the way he's going, there's a lot of guys that have some firm fastballs that play really well and competitive at the top of the zone. So Gunnar and within our hitting department felt that we needed to address that and kind of figure out a way to combat the top of the zone, just because we knew that exposure was going to be show some vulnerability if not addressed.
Again, here with hitting coach Brandon Becker on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. A couple of the conversations I've already had with some of the folks from Erie is that they've been using the terms, off nights for some of our pitchers because they're walking so many guys and they're laboring through all these plate appearances. And I keep trying to explain to them, no, that's just how Bowie approaches the plate. They will wait for the best possible pitch. Do you take that with a lot of pride with how you guys are coaching these Bowie position players to just sit in the zone and sit in the box and wait until they get the best possible pitch, even if it means they're going to draw out the lengthy plate appearance or the walk here or there?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we preach. Our process is obviously making good swing decisions, controlling the zone, which leads to a lot of good things. So we train that day in and day out, a lot of behind the scenes work, a lot of the stuff on field. We are consistently trying to expose their approach and their plan at the plate. And obviously the preparation part for that is a big deal in what we do within our hitting department. If they're not going to give us something to hit, we'll take our walks, which leads to an opportunity to change the scoreboard and score a run.
Absolutely. Maverick Hanley's really been hitting it well too over the past month plus. What similar to what was with Westberg, has there been any changes to him specifically, or what's been new in his game?
Yeah, it's just more of an approach-based change. He kind of shifted his sights a little bit, have a more efficient external focus out on the diamond. So he's made some minor adjustments, pulled off the ball a little bit, so we kind of addressed as far as having a little bit better direction, staying to the big part of the field, and which allowed him to stay on some good pitches within this last week. He was able to stay on some secondary pitches. He smoked a homer off a changeup, so he's made some good strides, and he's owned the fact that he needed to make an adjustment, and he's kind of rolled with it, and it's been fun to watch him have some success.
One of the things I picked up on early in the season, shifting gears to another player, Joey Ortiz, he was hitting it the opposite way a lot, and I've heard just very offhand around the cage, you guys just discussing where he's spraying the ball. Has that been a big point of emphasis for him to try and get it more evenly around the field?
Not necessarily. Joey's just biggest thing is obviously a lot of exposure to shapes, as if everyone on the team is getting, and kind of just controlling the zone as best he can. He has the juice to go to right field and left field. I mean, he's hit balls 108 to 111 to the opposite field. So as far as spraying the ball, he's capable of spraying it throughout the whole parts of the field because he's not going to lose power and exit velocity if you try to force it one way or the other. So doesn't really matter where he's trying to spray the ball. It's just a matter of owning his approach and his plan and getting that good pitch to spray the ball with hard exit velocity.
And then, of course, the big news coming into this series was the promotion of Cesar Prieto, in addition to what's already a very talented and impressive infield. What were some of your expectations, what you might have gotten from the Orioles top brass, and what to work on with him as he's coming in already firing off of a good start with High A Aberdeen, looking like some of the best contact numbers in the organization overall?
Yeah, I mean, Cesar, obviously the numbers speak for itself. He's a really elite player, destroyed High A within this past 6 weeks. So as far as changing things, nothing. Just going to let him play because obviously the talent and the success is showing for itself. It's just a matter of making some adjustments when need be, and when he gets some AA kind of at bats under his belt. So he's playing well, not really going to tinker with anything, kind of just let him out there and play because obviously his talent, his success is showing. So there's not really much to change.
Now, this is a question I did pose a little bit to Kyle Moore as well earlier this week, but does it help out with rest for a lot of these guys now that you add a position player like that, not only an infielder more specifically, because you can rotate out the three key infielders between Ortiz, Henderson, Westberg, and now Prieto. One of them can take a bit of a breather just as a specific DH role. Does that help out just for overall team rest?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, obviously these guys they're dogs. Like they want to play every single day, and I know Gunnar had like a 32 game stretch where he was playing every day. Westy's playing every day. Joey's was playing every day. So it does give them a breather, but I know they're not really asking for it because everyone's a competitor on this team and they love to work. And we definitely, it is a blessing to see our infield and see how good our infield is. It's impressive to see how good our infielders really are. But then it can be a curse because then it's like you kind of someone has to take a day off, and it's like everyone is really good and could be hot. So blessing and a curse at the same time. But I know these guys can go strong, especially Gunnar showcasing it and Westy showcasing it, just playing 2-3 weeks in a row, and it's not really bothering them at all. So as far as rest sake, it's there now that we have it, but I don't think necessarily it matters to them because they're ready to play every single day.
And at the end of the day, it's good for their development and good for the fans to watch and enjoy at the end of the day. Brandon, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Brandon Becker here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Well, we welcome you back into Prince George's Stadium as we get ready for the Baysox and Erie here on this Thursday evening here in what will be Game 4 of this 6-game series. Well, the Baysox will have Zach Peak on the mound. It's going to be great to see Peak making his first start of the month of May. Peak's last start was on April the 30th. The Baysox have struggled mightily of late, but it's largely been due to the fact that their starting rotation, for the most part, has been on the shelf. Drew Rahm returned yesterday. Peak now back in the rotation today. Brandon Young has missed so much time here of late as well, and the hope is that bluer skies are on the horizon here for Bowie as we move forward. Other games tonight in the Eastern League. Somerset is at Portland. They're already underway. A 6 p.m. start. Altoona is at Harrisburg. New Hampshire at Akron. Hartford is at Richmond. All those games starting simultaneous to us. And in about 10 minutes' time, it'll be Binghamton and Reading. Well, the Baysox are taking the field. They're in their alternate orange tops with Bowie across the chest in black. Erie is wearing their yellow tops with Erie in black across the chest today. We're going to take one more break. We return with starting lineups and tonight's first pitch right after this on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's Game 3 of this 6-game series between the Erie Seawolves and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabat is with you from the ballpark in Bowie, and as Zach Peak warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Seawolves that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in left field, you've got Dylan Rosa, followed by Dylan Dingler, the designated hitter, batting second. Gary Carpenter in right field bats third. Andre Lipsius at third base bats fourth. Quincy Naporte is at first base batting fifth. Parker Meadows in center field bats sixth. Gage Workman, the shortstop, bats seventh. Chris Rabego, the catcher, bats eighth. And Andrew Navigado rounds out the lineup. He's at second base batting ninth. The Seawolves are the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. They're managed by Gabe Alvarez, assisted by John Murrian, Dan Reichabal, Ali Cady, Andres Rodriguez, and Alex Aleskowitz. Chris Vick is the athletic trainer as Erie comes into today's game, a 23-18 record on the season, a 2-game winning streak. And once again, that lineup for Erie, they've got Rosa, Dingler, Carpenter, Lipsius, Naporte, Meadows, Workman, Rabego, Navigado, all to face off against Zach Peak on the mound. Prince George's Stadium, 309 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center. Wind pushing out toward straightaway center at the moment on a bit of a cloudy day here at Prince George's Stadium. as we're not really expecting too much of any rain. Maybe it's going to be tough tomorrow, but we should still be able to get in a good game of ball today as the Baysox are trying to break out of this current little 4-game losing skid. Peak takes one final warm-up toss. The transfer not made by Cody Roberts before he gets it back down to second base, but he'll be ready to go as Dylan Rosa steps into the batter's box to get things set. Righty on righty to start as Rosa digs in, just in his 5th game this season with Erie, 4 for 16 on the year. Peak winds and fires the first pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 1 high. A fastball gets us started at 6:37 p.m. on a 69-degree overcast day here at Prince George's Stadium. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, the curve misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Rosa, an 868 OPS in his short time with Erie so far. A double, a homer, 3 runs driven in, the 1-1. Curveball again misses down. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Now that curveball is one of the most common secondary offerings for Zach Peak this season, so we'll probably see a good handful of them. As he steps back, kicks, and fires the 2-1 to Rosa. It's popped up behind home plate foul. This one will get out of play and run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hits off of a seat back and rolls down to the lower bowl here at Prince George's Stadium as Peak readies to fire the 2-2. Steps and sends it home. Misses down, a changeup, and the count runs full here on this first batter of the game. Rosa on the season, 2 for 3 with full counts. Zach Peak has not given up a base hit on full counts. Opponents 0 for 6. He struck out 4, walked 3 this year. Here's the payoff. Rosa laces it toward left field and down for a base hit in front of Andrew Dashbach. Leadoff base hit for Rosa. That's the second time this season he's led off an inning with a base hit, and the Seawolves get things started that way. It's been early attacks for Erie in this series. They did get a solo home run in the second inning of Game 1, a part of a 5-home-run day. They had another solo home run in the first inning of yesterday's game. It was a 2-home-run day for the Seawolves there as they picked up a 10-inning win over Bowie, 6-4. Here's Dylan Dingler. First pitch to the right-hander, called a strike, a fastball away. Count opens up at 0-1. Dingler on the season, a .254 average, a .746 OPS, 9 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 20 runs driven in. Next pitch, swing and a miss, fastball high, and the count goes to 0-2. Dingler coming into this one, though, a great series so far. 4 for 7 with a homer, a run driven in, and 3 walks. That's one of the biggest numbers. The 0-2 bounced over toward short and past the glove of Gunnar Henderson into left field, a base hit. If Henderson had a quick jump on it, maybe he could have got there to potentially turn 2, but not the case. And Dingler is aboard with a hit. He's got hits in 3 consecutive games now for the Seawolves. And now it's first and second with nobody out to lead things off for Erie here in the top of the first. And now here's Gary Carpenter, someone you can't dance around. Left-hander batting .323 this season and an OPS of .1051. 6 doubles, no triples, 13 home runs, 29 runs driven in. Here's the first pitch. Carpenter watches called strike on a curveball inside. Count opens up at 0-1. It's a 3 for 9 series for Carpenter, but 2 of the 3 hits have been home runs. He struck out twice, walked once. Has 3 total runs driven in. First and second, nobody out here in the top of the first inning, a scoreless game. The 0-1 from Peak is spoiled foul. Over to the left side, hits off of the edge of the lower bowl, and the count quickly to 0-2. Peak has been to 2 strikes on all 3 batters early on in this game as he fires the next. It misses inside a fastball. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. It's been a first pitch strike for every batter as well. Dylan Rosa worked the count full before singling to left. Dylan Dingler had an 0-2 count and singled a little bit up toward left center. And now a 1-2 count on Carpenter. The pitch, this one driven high out toward right, but not deep. Christopher Cespedes has to run in a long way, but it's the second baseman, Jordan Westberg, who comes back out to make the catch, throws it to third, and gets the runner tagging up. What awareness there from Jordan Westberg to turn a 4 unassisted 5 double play. Rosa is eliminated, trying to advance, and suddenly there's 2 outs. Let's get you that defensive alignment for Bowie now that there's 2 quick outs. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Andrew Dashbach, Hudson Haskin, and Christopher Cespedes. Cesar Prieto at third, Gunnar Henderson at short, Jordan Westberg at second, and J.D. Mundy at first. Here's the first pitch to Andre Lipsy, called a strike on a curveball up and in. Count opens up at 0-1. Maverick Handley, or rather Cody Roberts, the catcher behind the plate today for Bowie. I had a 50-50 chance of picking a name, and I still said it wrong. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Lipsius. Slider misses down and away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Zach Peak, a 6'3", 190-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Pineville, North Carolina. Traded to the Orioles organization from the Los Angeles Angels back in 2019. Same deal that brought over Bradish and Brnovich. Next pitch. Fastball misses high. Count makes it to 2-1. Peak on the season with Bowie, only 4 appearances. This is his first in the month of May. After an extended break and a stint on the injured list, he's gone 0-1 with a 3.71 ERA, 17 innings, 15 strikeouts, 5 walks. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, fastball just misses high, and the count goes to 3-1 on Lipsius. Umpiring crew today, Kevin Manzik is at third base, Gabe Alfonso is at first, and Dane Ponsack is the crew chief. He calls the balls and strikes behind home plate this evening. Runner at first, 2 away now, thanks to a great double play by Jordan Westberg in shallow right field. Here's the next. Bounced over to third. Prieto holds back, gloves, fires, got him at first. 5-3 putout ends the frame, and Peak gets around the early jam of back-to-back singles to open it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. As we go to the bottom of the first, the Baysox are coming on up as we're scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
We're on to the bottom of the first here at Prince George's Stadium. Some great defense, keeping things scoreless in the top of the frame. As Erie and Bowie continue on with this 3rd game in the 6-game series, Reese Olson warms on the mound for the Seawolves, and the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at third base, you've got Cesar Prieto, followed by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop, batting second. Hudson Haskin is at center field today. He's batting third. Jordan Westberg is at second base, batting fourth. J.D. Mundy is at first base. He bats fifth. Adam Hall, the DH, sixth. Cody Roberts, the catcher, bats seventh. Andrew Dashbach in left field bats eighth. And Christopher Cespedes is in right field. He's batting ninth today. Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainer. Righty on lefty to start, and the first pitch to Cesar Prieto misses inside a fastball. It's 1-0. The Baysox on the season are 14-25, a 4-game losing streak, 10 games out of first place. As the next pitch to Prieto comes in, and it's grounded slowly over to second. Picked by Andrew Navigado, and he sidearms to first in time for the out. 4-3 putout is how things get started. Defensive alignment for Erie here in this half inning. Left to right in the outfield, you've got Dylan Rosa, Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter. Andre Lipsius is at third base. Gage Workman is at short. Andrew Navigado at second, and Quincy Naporte is at first. Chris Rubago catches behind the plate for Reese Olson on the mound. Here's Gunnar Henderson, back-to-back lefties to start for Bowie. First pitch, called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Here's the next. Henderson swings through it on a breaking ball down and away. It's 0-2. Reese Olson, a 6'1", 160-pound, 22-year-old right-hander from Gainesville, Georgia, acquired by the Tigers in a trade last season with Milwaukee for lefty Daniel Norris. Next pitch. Misses up and away to Henderson. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next offering. Fastball misses away, and the count goes even at 2. Henderson, a .298 average this season, a .996 OPS for Bowie. The 2-2 pitch misses down and the count fills. This is what he does so well. Runs these counts full to potentially draw walks. Leads the league with 37 walks. His .996 OPS is 4th in the EL. They play him a bit to pull, 48% of the time from the left-hander. The payoff pitch is driven high and deep towards center field. This one sends Meadows racing back to the warning track and wall. It's off the base of the wall. It gets lodged near the warning track, and Henderson will take that as an easy double. Stops at second base, standing, his 8th double of the year, and the Baysox have the runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the first. 105 miles an hour off of the bat for Gunnar Henderson. 402 feet away from home plate. Just barely missed it. Here's Hudson Haskin. Henderson coming off of a 3-hit day yesterday. Now has hits in back-to-back games for Bowie. Henderson had a big double with 2 outs yesterday to push Bowie ahead. He watches pitch down here to start. 96 miles an hour on a fastball from Reese Olson, and the count opens at 1-0. 8 appearances for Olson this year, 7 starts, a 2-2 record, and a 3.60 ERA. His strikeout numbers have been the most tantalizing, the 1-0. Misses away a fastball at 95, and the count goes to 2-0. He struck out 54 batters in 35 total innings this year, while walking only 7. But again, even with those minuscule walk numbers, you can't be too careful around Bowie. The 2-0, swing and a miss, breaking ball down. Count goes to 2-1. Haskin, a .275 average this season for Bowie, an .870 OPS, 8 doubles, 6 homers, 19 runs driven in. His numbers here in the month of May have been trending back up after he was sitting around 150 for quite some time. Now he's batting .203 this month. The 2-1, pieced foul between the legs of the catcher, and the count goes even at 2. Olson has back-to-back outings for Erie in which he struck out at least 10. Started with a career-high 10 strikeouts in 5 innings against Akron, and then followed it up with a new career-high against New Hampshire, 11 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. It was incredible. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Changeup hit the outside edge, and Haskin knew it. He thought it would break more. It didn't. First strikeout for Reese Olson. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Seawolves in their alternate yellow road uniforms, black Erie on the front side, black hat. Baysox in their alternate orange uniforms. It's the black Bowie on the front side with a black cap. Here's Jordan Westberg in the cleanup slot today after hitting well yesterday with a pair. First pitch, called a strike on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Westberg went 2 for 4 yesterday, a pair of singles, a walk, a run scored. He's hitting .226 on the season, 793 OPS, 8 homers, 26 runs driven in. Runner at second, now 2 away, the 0-1. Westberg swings and misses on a breaking ball down. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Wind still pushing out to straightaway center right now, but it's not really been too heavy of a wind throughout today. Expecting to warm up a little bit as the evening actually progresses. Here's the 0-2. Misses away, skips past the catcher. He tails around the batting circle to pick it, but can't throw to third in time. Gunnar Henderson advances. Probably goes down as a wild pitch, as it was in the dirt. Robego tried to field, but couldn't get there. And now the game's first run is at third base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. They play a little bit on the pull side for Westberg. 47% of the time he goes in that direction, the right-hander. As Olson sets and fires the 1-2, it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Good slider, low and away as Westberg is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning by Reese Olson after giving up the double to Gunnar Henderson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We're on to the second at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie and Erie scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On to the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a scoreless game. Each side getting runners into scoring position early, but neither side able to do anything with it. The Seawolves got back-to-back singles to open up the first, but thanks to an excellent play at second base by Jordan Westberg to turn a double play on a pop-out, they got that lead runner eliminated, and Zach Peak was able to strand just 1. That's all he needed. But it was an 18-pitch first for Peak, and that's the trouble spot as he's ramping back up from about a 3-week layoff. First pitch to Quincy Naporte misses away a fastball, and it's 1-0. It's Naporte, Meadows, then Workman due up in this half inning. As the next pitch to the right-hander is a breaking ball called for strike, middle, and the count goes even at 1. Naporte, a .229 average this year, a .760 OPS, 5 doubles, 8 homers, 24 runs driven in. 1-1 from Peak. Slider hits the bottom edge of the zone for a called strike. It's 1-2. Four appearances for Peak in the month of April to the tune of that 3.71 ERA as mentioned. Here's the 1-2. Curveball breaking misses down, and the count goes even at 2 on Naporte. First game back in the lineup after taking yesterday off. He went 0 for 3 on Tuesday. As Peak comes set, brings it up to the chin and fires the 2-2. Bounce dart over to third. Good glove by Prieto down at the ankle. Fires to first, and it's there. 5-3 put out. And there's one away. So Peak's last start for Bowie came on the tail end of April. Actually, the last day of April when he faced off against Richmond. Second to last game in that series, he tossed just 4 innings on 62 pitches. Took a no decision as Bowie was able to tie up a 1-1 game, but eventually lost 3-1. Here's lefty Parker Meadows, first pitch. Now, that one barely missed, a curveball down. Count starts out at 1-0. Meadows, a .169 average this season, does have a home run in this series. He's 2 for 8 overall. 542 OPS, 3 doubles, 2 homers. The 1-0 misses away a fastball. Count goes to 2-0. Well, Peak started with first pitch strike to all 4 batters he faced in the first inning, but it's first pitch ball to each of the first 2 batters here in the second, the 2-0. Broken bat flare into center field and down for a base hit over the head of Henderson at short. Meadows just got enough of that one to lace a single. He's now got hits in 2 of his last 3 games after going 0 for 4 yesterday. And now Gage Workman digs in. Switch hitter will bat lefty. Workman an all-right double play threat. 1.1 ground out to fly out ratio. He's hit into 1 double play this season. As they play him a little bit on the pull side, switch hitter pulls at about 40%. First pitch. He muscles it the other way, but foul. That one will get out of play, and the count starts out at 0-1. Workman, a 3 for 8 series, 184 overall, 588 OPS. He does have 11 doubles and 4 homers, though, so that's definitely bumped up his OPS numbers just enough. When he's only drawn 13 walks to 66 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. This is down and inside. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. That is the toughest problem at this point with Erie, is that they've got so much power behind all of their bats. And this is a park that they've already gotten pretty comfortable with when it comes to hitting it out. The 1-1 ripped over to right field, and a sliding grab by Christopher Cespedes. He zips it over to second base as Parker Meadow, or did he get that on a hop? No, it got that on a hop, I suppose. And it looked like that was a single. I thought that Cespedes came down with that one. Unfortunate there. Back-to-back one-out singles for the Seawolves now, as Workman now has hits in 3 consecutive games. So now here's Chris Rabago. First pitch. Fastball called a strike in the upper outside corner. Count begins at 0-1. Rabago just his 6th overall game this season. 2 for 15 on the year, a 411 OPS, only has 1 run driven in. The 0-1 pitch from Peak. There's his curveball, but it misses away. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. That curveball of Peak's, I said it, that's his primary off-speed, his primary breaking pitch. And it really has some great two-plane movement. You can see how it starts so far up and in, but can still work so far out of the zone on the lower outside corner. Almost too much, especially since Erie batters aren't biting at it so much right now. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside edge. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, only 1 away here in the top of the second inning, as Bowie and Erie are still scoreless. The Seawolves have taken each of the first 2 games in this set. Peak fires the 1-2 to Rabago, and it's swung on and just pieced foul. He just got a handle slightly on that 78-mile-an-hour curveball down and away. And time called by Cody Roberts behind the dish. Roberts had stepped out to direct traffic a little bit prior to the previous pitch. They do play Rabago to pull. He's got a 2.0 ground out to fly out ratio this season, so he could really hit into one, but hasn't hit into a double play yet this year. The 1-2 misses high, if at all. That one looked like it should have been on the zone based on some of the readouts, but the count goes even at 2. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Got him with a fastball in the lower outside corner. Peak picks up his first strikeout, and it's a good one. Backwards here for the second out of the inning. When I said it, Peak is probably going to be on a pitch limit. First time facing live opponents in almost a month at this point, so you don't want to send him out there for too long. And Drew Rahm only threw about 50 pitches yesterday. I imagine that's near where Zach Peak's limit is going to be. He's at 35 right now. Here's Andrew Navigato, the number 9 batter. First pitch. There's the curveball, but it misses down. Count opens up at 1-0. Navigato in his 17th game this year, a .314 average, 751 OPS, 2 doubles, a homer, 7 runs driven in. He went 3 for 4 in yesterday's game, his first of the series. Here's the 1-0. Misses away. Good grab by Cody Roberts to keep it in front, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, we will see, though, how long Peak goes, because it looks like Bowie is getting some bodies up and working around in the bullpen. Not tossing, but the bullpen catcher Wagner Ramirez does have the gear on, and he is starting to settle up behind home plate. Looks like we might see Tyler Birch as Cody Roberts is headed out for a very brief chat. The infield will come in as well. Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. patient first. The name fits. So it is Tyler Birch warming in the bullpen for Bowie already, as Zach Peak has thrown 37 pitches through an inning and 2/3. He gave up 2 leadoff singles in the first inning. Thanks to a double play, he was able to get out of that jam. Got a ground out here in the second, then 2 singles to follow, and a strikeout looking of Chris Rabago. But now a 2-0 count on Andrew Navigado, who he's trying to put away. Next pitch, misses high, a fastball, and the count goes to 3-0. Only a .222 average this season for Navigado with runners in scoring position. As the 3-0 comes in, and it's on the bottom edge for a called strike. That one probably could have gone for ball 4. But it runs the count to 3-1 as Navigado has to stick back in. Here's the 3-1. Spoiled foul right side, so the count runs full. Runners at first and second will get a head start here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Navigado on full counts this season, 1 for 2, no strikeouts or walks. All he has is a single. Peak sets. This next offering will be number 41. Could be his last batter. The payoff is away, ball 4. First walk given up by Zach Peak today, just the 6th overall this season, and let's see if they decide to go to Tyler Birch now with the bases loaded and the top of the lineup coming up. Kyle Moore up 1 step, 2 steps, all the steps, and he's out onto the field. Has he made the point yet? Checking out the card as he gets to the foul line. Has not made the call. We'll see if he does go to Birch. Birch is coming down from the bullpen, though, so it looks like we will be getting the switch. There it is. So Peak faces the lineup once, and he will depart after just an inning and 2/3. Pitching change here at Prince George's Stadium as Erie has a good chance. Bases loaded, 2 away here in the top of the second. We're back after this to tell you about the new pitcher. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back in with the top of the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie and Erie are scoreless, but the Baysox already dipping into their bullpen for a pitching change. Zach Peak will call it a day. Remember, he is coming back on after a lengthy stint on the injured list, his first appearance in nearly a month. So he was on a pitch limit, only threw a little bit over 40. But he departs with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The line on Peak not final, but so far an inning and 2/3. 4 hits. At the moment, no runs. Could go up to 3. He struck out 1 and walked 1. Makes way for Tyler Birch. 6'2", 190-pound right-hander. Traded to the Orioles back in 2021 from the Phillies organization. Dylan Rosa, first appearance with the bases loaded this season. First pitch home from Birch is a slider that misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Rosa singled to the left side his first time up. That started the game, but he was taken out on a double play. Tried to tag up from second to third on a pop-out out towards shallow right field when the second baseman had his back to the infield, but he was taken out on a double play, the 1-0. Called a strike from Birch. Fastball on the outside edge, and the count evens at 1. Tyler Birch on the season for Bowie, 10 appearances. This is his 11th, tied for the most out of the pen. An 0-3 record and a 7.59 ERA. 10 and 2/3 innings, 15 strikeouts, 6 walks. He fires the 1-1 here. Rosa skies it high and deep out toward left center field. Haskin running back a long way. At the warning track, it's gone. Grand slam Dylan Rosa, and Erie breaks out for a big 4-0 lead. Well, Rosa had a massive, towering blast to tie the game up yesterday in the 3rd inning. It was a 2-run home run there. A grand slam here at 102 miles an hour off the bat and 399 feet away from home plate. All 3 runs charged to Zach Peak, so that closes his line. At an inning and 2/3, 4 hits and 3 runs. Shouldn't say all 3 runs. 3 of the 4 charged to Peak. You get what I mean. Here's Dylan Dingler, first pitch. Misses up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Dingler singled his first time up back in the 1st inning. Hit it to the left side of second, but a little more up the middle. Nearly got into the glove of Gunnar Henderson, but didn't matter. Count starts. As the next pitch comes home, misses high for a ball. It's 2-0. So 4-0, Bowie already trails. At this point, Birch will just try to go as long as he can before Bowie shifts over to a long reliever. The 2-0 misses high, and it's 3-0. Birch has been the losing pitcher in each of his last 3 appearances for Bowie, including back-to-back walk-off losses. As the 3-0 comes in, it's called a strike in the lower inside corner. Count goes to 3-1. Birch, when he was pitching against his former mates up at First Energy Stadium, the 3-1 pitch is grounded high over to third. Prieto gloves above the head, charges and fires to first. It's a bit low but dug out, and the inning is mercifully over. A grand slam for Dylan Rosa. Breaks it open early for Erie. 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, none left. On to the bottom of the 2nd here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trails 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the 2nd inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie is suddenly down 4-0. Reese Olson back to work on the mound for the Erie Seawolves, and he fires a first pitch strike to J.D. Mundy. Fastball on the outer edge, and it's 0-1. Mundy, a .237 average this season for Bowie, a .667 OPS in 26 games played. He fouls this one off on a flare to the left side. Count quickly, 0-2. Mundy went 0 for 4 on Tuesday, didn't play yesterday. He's got 2 homers, 12 driven in, 25 strikeouts, 8 walks. Here's the 0-2 from Reese Olson. Curveball misses away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Olson was brought over in a trade at the deadline at the end of last season. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Changeup misses away. They appeal. He didn't go, and the count goes even at 2. Tigers were trying to see what they could do to maybe add on to their farm system, of course, as they've been doing the past few years. Shipped off big leaguer lefty Daniel Norris as the next pitch to Mundy is swung on and missed away for strike 3. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Reese Olson. That accounts for all 3 of his today, and there's one gone here in the second. But Olson's pitched well. That fastball has hit up toward 95 at a couple of points today. His changeup's working nicely. It does have some good movement on it, and then, of course, his curveball. Here's Adam Hall. He had yesterday off as well. Went 1 for 4 on Tuesday. First pitch. Misses away for a ball. It's 1-0. Hall on the season, a .286 average, .716 OPS, 4 doubles, no homers, 5 runs driven in 19 games played, 1-0. This one on a line out toward the right side, but just slicing foul. That one hits off of the berm just in front of the Baysox clubhouse, and the count goes even at 1. That one moved in a hurry. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off right side, and the count goes to 1-2. Olson's a very quick worker. Good pacing. A lot similar to what we saw from Noah Denoyer yesterday. Olson kicks high, fires the 1-2. It's slowly grounded. Third base side. This one up the line, though, and foul. Picked in front of the bag on the left side by Andre Lipsius, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the second. The 1-2 pitch misses high, a fastball. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one of the best we've seen from Olson today, too. 96 miles an hour. That is something that the scouts have said, though. While his fastball does work well, the location can be a bit wild at points, as the 2-2 is called strike 3 on the bottom edge. Just as I was talking about that fastball location, he nails it on the outside edge of the zone for a called strike 3. That's 4 consecutive punch-outs for Reese Olson. 2 of them have been backwards. And now here's Cody Roberts with 2 away. Well, the Baysox are back in a good position now that they can truly platoon their catchers. Don't have to put one in as the DH every other day. First pitch, Roberts watches down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Now that they've got Cesar Prieto, they can work around a little bit and have a few other players work in as the DH instead of just their catchers or one of their 2 first basemen. Next pitch to Roberts, misses down, count goes to 2-0. Because there was that 2.5 week span the Baysox were working, which is the 2-man bench, and it was very, very difficult to get guys regular rest in that regard. You just had that one extra name when Prieto came up, and now the Baysox can cruise around and DH a lot of the infield. Here's the 2-0 pitch, called a strike. Fastball in the lower outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. 228 average for Roberts this season, a 683 OPS in 23 games, 4 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 17 driven in. 2-1 grounded to third, holding back on Lipsius, gloves at the chest, fires to first, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down second for Reese Olson, and as we move to the third here at Prince George's Stadium, it's Erie 4, Bowie nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print. not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
On to the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium. The Baysox already in a bit of trouble. On a 3-game losing streak, they've got some work to do, trailing 4-0. Tyler Birch hoping for a much cleaner frame. Gary Carpenter will lead things off, and we hand it off to Adam Pohl.
Yeah, and of course Carpenter has been one of the best hitters in this Eastern League this year. Thank you, Matt. 4-0 Erie, and one of those really deflating big home runs early in this game for the Seawolves. As Birch goes to work and delivers a breaking ball that cuts over the plate for strike one, just beneath the belt. Dylan Rosa with a grand slam with 2 down in the second. The next one, and a tapper foul right at the plate. And the count is 0-2. So Gary Carpenter, you're seeing players not repeat levels, I don't believe, as much as in years past. Carpenter spent a lot of time in Erie last year, and here he is just dominating this Eastern League this season. 13 homers. Pitch, swinging a high lifted fly to center, playable for Haskin, backpedaling a bit, and underneath it he'll make the catch, and one retired. And the man with the #1 OPS in this Eastern League in Carpenter is out number 1. And now Andre Lipsius will stand in. So this is the cleanup hitter. Quincy Neaporti was the man on deck. But really, Erie is a team that's got power throughout their lineup. As here's the pitch. And a breaking ball cut out and miss. That was a pitch that may not have even gotten down in the zone. It was a little bit elevated. And Lipsius swung underneath. They shade to pull in the infield. As a fastball pops the mitt at 94 miles an hour, but up and in. And the count is 1-1. Lipsius, he's got 4 home runs on the year. He's swinging a hot bat coming into this series as a fastball misses away, ball 2. Erie was at home against New Hampshire last week, and Lipsius had 9 hits in the final 5 games of that series. 2-1 coming. And it's just cutting a little bit low. It looked like a slider. Very close. The 3-1 to Lipsius. As Birch sets at the belt and delivers. And a fastball tap foul. So we knew that Zach Peak was not going to get that deep into this game. His first start since April the 30th. And he really danced out of trouble well in this game. But boy, 2 men on, 2 down, and he walked the 9-hole hitter. That was critical. And now a lifted foul on a fastball straight back out of play. And Birch entered the game to face Rosa. Bases loaded, 2 down, and it's one of the toughest things you have to do as a reliever. There's no time to kind of get your feet set in a game. 3-2 coming. Swinging a hard ground ball towards the middle to his left. Gunnar Henderson gloves. And with time, he straightens up and he throws out Lipsius, and 2 down. It's a very minute detail on a play like that for Henderson, but you always got to be thinking. And Gunnar there ranging well to his left. Ball was hit hard, but if you've got a guy running down the line that runs well, you've got to straighten up quickly and kind of sling that ball to first a bit off balance. As here's the pitch to Neaporti, and he takes off the outside, ball 1. But Henderson knew that he had plenty of time with Lipsius running, so he gloved it, was able to straighten up, get his feet set, and make a strong throw. As it's down and away with a fastball, and the count is 2-0. The Birch, who unfortunately has had his travails at times this year, a 7.59 ERA, delivers, and there's a soaring fly to left field. Neaporti has launched one over the signage, a solo homer to left field. The big boppers continue to rise for Erie, his 9th of the year, and the Seawolves have a 5-0 lead. And both home runs coming with 2 down here in consecutive innings. Eddie Porzi from Indy Ball a year ago. Actually signed by the Tigers in spring training this year. And he's been a big bopper right in the middle of the Erie lineup. As here's Parker Meadows in for the left side. And now the pitch and a breaking ball strike. On the inner half of the plate, it's 0-1. Meadows is the younger brother of big league outfielder and current Detroit Tiger, Austin Meadows. As a breaking ball's down and in, count 1-1. Austin actually played in kind of a remembered game in Baysox history. First game of Bowie's 2015 postseason. He was with Altoona in the Pirate system as a pitch in the dirt. Count 2-1. He would later get traded to Tampa and this year made the move to Detroit. But he scored the game-winning run in one of the toughest losses in Baysox history as there's a line shot base hit into right center. Haskin ranges over, he'll glove. Around for second, Meadows, the throw, not in time as he slides in foot first safely. And he's there with 2 down. A run in, 5-0 Erie leading. And the switch-hitting shortstop, Gage Workman, will stand in from the left side. The Baysox were the favorite, but in that era, you would play the first 2 games of a best-of-5 on the road if you were the highest-seeded team, and then the next 3 at home. And in Game 1, the Baysox had a 7-0 lead in Altoona. As there's a cutting breaking ball, swung on and missed. It's 0-1. In 2015, Bowie had a phenomenal bullpen. Michael Givens, Andrew Triggs, longtime Major League pitchers. As now the 0-1 coming. And it's down with a fastball. Or check that, he might have thrown a bit of a cutter there, count 1-1. They did not lose a game all regular season that they led after 8 innings. A stunning stat. But then in their first playoff game, they did. Meadows had the big extra base hit for the come-from-behind win, and he scored the winning run as there's a deep drive to center. Haskin going back, looking up, it's off the wall. Around to score Meadows. Workman in his second, standing, and Erie adds on as the Seawolves leading now 6-0. 3 straight extra base hits against Birch. And all of a sudden, it's 6-0 in the third, and all 6 runs have been scored with 2 outs in an inning. And now we're going to get a visit from Baysox pitching coach in Josh Conway. Bowie would win that series, though, 3-1, and they would go on to win their only ever championship. Well, Baysox fans, Bowie's in town this weekend, so get your tickets now. Tomorrow night, 7:05. Saturday will be a 6:35 start. And then at 1:05, we get going on Sunday afternoon. Come see the Baysox hosting the Tigers affiliate. Get your tickets online at baysox.com. Chris Rabaka will bat now, veteran right-handed hitting catcher. Turned 29 on April the 22nd as Birch delivers. And a fastball is off the outside. Ball 1. Well, it's just one of these games that, Bowie is way behind the 8 ball early here. You just kind of feel like it could be so different as a fastball misses down low. And it's 2-0. And what I mean by that is, once again, all 6 runs coming with 2 men down. Erie has put together a lot of damage here late in innings. As a breaking ball just off the outside, ball 3. Baysox do have a right hitter warming in their pen. Birch trying to get through this 3rd inning as he delivers. And a fastball strike on the outer half. So once again, Birch came on with the bases loaded and 2 down in the 2nd and gave up the grand slam. One of the 4 runs on his ledger. And now these other two as well pitch. And it's well off the outside, all the way to the backstop. That might be a passed ball on Roberts. It's ball 4 that allows Rabago first, but Workman gets third on what is a passed ball. And now the 9-hole hitter, Andrew Navigato, will come to the plate. And when you're getting hit hard, it's tough to continue to have that confidence to, in essence, throw the ball consistently over the plate. Now here is Navigato. Started the year in High A West Michigan and played 15 games there. This tonight his 17th with Erie. As a breaking ball's up, throwback behind the runner at first, but diving back to the bag safely, Rabago. Not the guy you'd expect to be running. 29-year-old catcher. But he got a large secondary lead. They hold him on at first as now the 1-0. Fastball grounded up the middle, a base hit. Home to score Workman. Stopping at second is Rabago. And this one is getting away from Bowie here early. 7-0 Erie leads. Boy, there were 2 men out and nobody on in this inning. And that's going to do it here for Birch. He's going to exit after just 1 inning of work in this one. So we're going to take a break. We'll return here to Bowie as Erie is up big early. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is right after this. 7-0 Erie leads on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Hey Baysox fans, On the Green Inc. is a proud sponsor of the Baysox and is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs with guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. Visit our website at onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. Let's go Baysox and On the Green Inc., your lawn care team.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Well, a tough outing for the Baysox. Right-hander Tyler Birch, who came in a scoreless game with the bases loaded and 2 down in the second, gave up a grand slam. And now 3 runs are in the third with 2 down. And a new pitcher is on. Connor Lopridge, 0-1 with an 8.84 ERA. Lopridge making his 5th relief appearance. He has also made 3 starts this year. He's allowed 19 runs, all earned in 19 1/3 innings. And what's really hurt him has been the homer as well. 7 home runs allowed by Lopridge this year. Erie's got a 7-0 lead. Here's Rosa, 2 on, 2 down. He hit a grand slam his last time up. Swinging, he grounds it to short. Henderson's got it, an underhand pitch to second ahead of the runner to get the out, and the inning is over. But Erie gets 3 runs on 4 hits. They all came with 2 men out in the inning. And we go to the bottom of the third, 7-0. Erie leads on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
It's been a tough start to the evening for Bowie. They trail 7-0. We head to the bottom of the third. But a lot of time left. Here's Andrew Dashbach. He's followed by one of the newest Baysox, Christopher Cespedes, and then Cesar Prieto. 8-9-1 as here's the pitch. And a breaking ball is off the inside. Ball one to Dashbach. Now Olsen, a big thing about this right-hander, Matt spoke to it earlier tonight, just the enormous strikeout numbers. Fastball hit on the ground right towards the middle, but playing him that way, Navigato, the second baseman, shaded up towards the middle, gloving and throwing out Dashbach. And one down, and that's now 7 of 8 retired to open the game by this young right-hander in Olsen. As here is Christopher Cespedes. Cespedes wearing number 26 here with the Baysox. What is his second game for Bowie? Stands with an open stance from the right side as he takes a fastball down, low ball one. You know what his number was in Norfolk? it said online it was number 94 as a breaking ball stays in, and the count is 2-0. I don't even think we have a number 94 for the base. I don't think there is a 94 jersey. As here's the wind in the next one. And there's a fastball strike of the knees. Usually in sports, if a guy's wearing the number 94, he's got 3 fingers in the dirt and he plays on Sundays. As there's a swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. Down. I wonder who the greatest number 94 in baseball history would be. I doubt there have been many. There's been some 26s, though, as there's a cold strike 3. He got him with a fastball on the outside corner. And Olsen has now struck out 5 of the last 7 batters, retiring them all. Now Olsen is put down, the shutdown inning. Well, his stuff looks really crisp today. Drafted by Milwaukee, traded at the deadline last year. As here's Prieto, and it's off the outside, a fastball, ball one for the very talented left-hander Daniel Norris. Olsen was an A-ball when traded, but he did make 5 outings again in Erie last year after the trade, as there's a strike and the count 1-1. He's allowed 3 runs or less in all 8 outings this year. As a fastball strike in the inside corner, Rabago, the veteran catcher, framed that up and got the call from Dane Ponchak, our home plate umpire tonight. 7-0 Erie leading. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, weakly struck right side. Gloving Navigato, the second baseman, and a short throw to first in time. And with it, the inning is over. So the Baysox go down in order, and we head to the 4th inning. A tough pill to swallow early. Erie 7, Bowie nothing on the Baysox Baseball Network.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, back to work. Connor Lopritch. We head to the fourth inning, 7-0 Erie. Here's Dylan Dingler, the designated hitter today, 1 for 2. You hate to see him batting for a third time in the fourth inning. As here's the wind and the pitch. And it's a little bit low with a sinking fastball. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Lopritch, the tall right-hander, back to work as he throws. And a beautiful breaking ball, but maybe it just missed a little bit in. Very close. Ball 2. Boy, Dingler's just been on base all series. Came into today 4 for 7. As there's a fastball missing down low, ball 3. And not only that, he has walked twice. He's 5 for 9 with 2 walks in this series. 3-0 coming. And there's ball 4. And Dingler is aboard again. 4-pitch walk to open the fourth inning. Obviously, it's a 7-0 ball game here. Erie leading it. A lot of times, from our perspective, you can think of things on a team level, but you know, when you've got players that their numbers are high, they're struggling, especially pitching-wise. Coming into a game like this is a big opportunity. Here's Carpenter and the pitch. Swinging a high lifted pop fly near the line, shallow left. Dashbach playing in left field, coming over and making the catch. We haven't seen much of Dashbach as a corner outfielder this year. We heard before the season that it's something we would see, and that was nicely done there. And 1 down, and here's Andre Lipsius. Yeah, you're throwing in a game that's 7-0. And, I mean, we've seen it, the Baysox, whether it was Adam Stauffer in a loss on Tuesday or the outstanding effort last night from Denoyers. There's a beautiful breaking ball strike, and they count 0-1. You know, hopefully that's something that both those pitchers can continue to build upon when keep Bowie in some of these games. As now the 0-1 to from Lopritch, and it's off the outside. Here to Lipsius. Count 1-1. Lipsius has struck out multiple times in 3 straight. He's grounded out twice today. Here's the pitch. And this cutting offering is off the outside. And they count 2 balls and a strike. Erie did not score in the opening inning. Bowie got a 1-out Gunnar Henderson double, but that is their only hit of the game. As here's the next one. And boy, that's another pitch very close. Maybe a little bit away with a breaking ball. And they count 3-1. And all 7 Erie runs have come with 2 men out in an inning. The 3-1 pitch. And it's a belt-tie strike with a fastball. And they count 3-2 here to Lipsius. Also, this is a spot going into the weekend where you'd love to see Lopritch able to eat some innings for you. Runner goes 3-2 and a foul on a line to the screen. Now, you're already throwing your third pitcher of this ball game, and he came in with 2 outs in the third inning. So, yeah, we've seen Stauffer with 4 innings. Denoyer similarly going last night. That can be a big, big lift to a ball club to keep you ready for the following evening. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes. And a breaking ball lifted, foul out of play right side. And when the Baysox here in late April and early May lost the services of the majority of their starting rotation for about a 3-week span, guys like Brandon Young, of course Drew Rahm, and today's starter Zach Peak, you were moving roles for other pitchers around. Runner goes, and it's too tall. Ball 4 with a fastball. Early in the year, Bowie was playing right around 500 ball. But boy, their pitching, I think, has really been thrown off, right? Guys can excel in a specific role, but if you're asked to throw too many innings or you're asked to start when you're usually coming in relief, sometimes things can get a bit topsy-turvy. As here is Neaporte, who homered his last time up. And he checked his swing and a pitch away. They appeal, and he did go too far. And the count is 0-1. This is the week that many of those starters are returning. You get Rahm back yesterday. You got Peak back today. But they're not stretched out yet. It's almost like another bullpen game. As a breaking ball strike, and the count is 0-2. And it's just hard to win in the game of baseball when your starting pitcher is throwing an inning and 2/3 or 2 or 3 innings. So much pressure put on the pen as this heads into the dirt. And the count is 1-2. I mean, just take a look. And I know we have openers at times in the Major League game now. But if you take a look at box scores in baseball, do it tomorrow morning, you'll see that the team whose starting pitcher went longer in the game usually wins. Not all the time, but usually. Pitch and a pop-up foul and getting out of play to the right side. Now, you can argue the Baysox have not really been getting almost any innings from their starters due to being on the injured list. And as they build their way back here early in June, we'll see if the results change for this Baysox team. 7-0 Erie leads, 2 on, 1 down in the top of the 4th. But when you lose a big chunk of your team like Bowie has here, these are opportunities for some of these relievers like Loprich in a spot like this. 1-2 coming. Check swing on a cutting fastball away. Loprich gets some movement. And it remains at a ball and 2 strikes. That was 89 miles an hour off the outside there, but Neaporte took a cut at it. Pitch coming. And this is too high with a 92 mile an hour head-high fastball. Final line on Tyler Birch. He allows 5 runs, 5 hits, and 4 runs all earned in 1+ inning. And he allowed 3 inherited runs to score. Breaking ball line to left field. Dashbach in, but it dips down a base hit. They're going to send Dingler around for the plate, and he will score without a throw. Well, the first hit of the 4th inning brings home another Erie run. Boy, it really felt like that went right off the end of the bat for Neaporte, but he's just one of those guys that's got so much strength. And the RBI single makes it 8-0 Erie. And now Parker Meadows, who doubled and scored in the 3rd. He'll come to the plate. 2 on, 1 down the pitch. And a ground ball, base hit through the left side. Turning 3rd and for the plate, Lipsius. And he's going to come home to score standing. And Erie is running and hiding on this Thursday night in Bowie as they now lead it 9-0. Boy, it's tough. That's why these walks can really hurt you. I mean, frankly, the last two balls have not been hit a ton. But the two walks have come around to score. And here is Gage Workman. In for the left side, the pitch, and a fastball strike, and the count 0-1. I got to ask Orioles analytical head John to my left here. Gage's father's name, John, is Widd, W-I-D-D. Have you ever heard of a guy named Widd? John's saying no. As a breaking ball hit high in the air to left field, it's playable. Dashbach is back. He'll make the catch. And retreating to second is Neaporte. I've never heard of that name. Not Witt, not Will, but Widd, W-I-D-D. The Witt, if you're listening in or watching us, hope you're having a great night. And unfortunately, it has been a great night for Erie. Workman's got 2 hits, now 2 for 3. Here is Chris Rabago pitch, and a foul tip grazed into the mid of the Baysox catcher Roberts, and the count is 0-1. 2 runs are in, 2 men are on. The lead runner at second in Neaporte. Pitch and a breaking ball just off the inside. And the count is 1-1. It's one of those pitches where Roberts is set up away and the pitch is right near the inside corner. And if you're set up on that inside corner, you might get the call. As low pitch, standing tall, the Bowie right-hander. Finding the sign from his catcher, Roberts. And now a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. Here it comes. And he blows a fastball by him. A swinging strike, and the count 1-2. If you want to play a long time in the game of baseball, if you're a great defensive catcher or a knuckle-bowling pitcher, you got a chance. As here's the pitch, and it's up high, and the count 2-2. And Rabago fits that metric as now a 29-year-old catcher. Organizations love to have, great defensive catchers like Rabago that really know the game, that can handle the pitching staff. It's a real asset in an organization, right? You're trying to grow and develop so many young pitching prospects on every team, so to have a veteran catcher can really help that. As a breaking ball gets a wave and a miss for strike 3 on a slider bending down and away. And with it, the inning is over. 2 more come home, though, for Erie, and we head to the last of the 4th inning. It's 9-0, the Seawolves in front on the Baysox Baseball Network.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy. It's 9-0 Erie. We head down to the
Bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Boy, what a year Gunnar is having, to put it mildly. He's got the lone Baysox hit tonight, a drive off the base of the wall near the 405 sign in center. The only Bowie base runner of the night against his tough right-hander in Olsen, who throws. And Henderson takes a strike. A fastball thigh high on the outside. It's 0-1. The Gunners 4 for 8 in this series. As here's the pitch. And it's down and away. They count 1-1. I wouldn't be surprised right now if Gunnar Henderson would be the Orioles minor league player of the year. Pitch. And it moves his feet on a fastball down and in. He's a 20-year-old ball player. 4 years a junior to the average aged player in this Eastern League. And he's 4th in the league in OPS. How about that? As a fastball misses away. Ball 3. Actually, might have been a changeup. 3-1 here to Henderson, leading off this 4th. A wind and the pitch. And it's down low, ball 4. Anderson is on for his second time today. The leadoff walk, and now Hudson Haskin will come to the plate. Now that 996 OPS is also the best in the entire Orioles minor league system. In fact, coming into today, second best was the man before him in this lineup, Cesar Prieto, at 963. And obviously Prieto did that damage for the most part in Aberdeen. Pitch, and Haskin a ground ball right side. Navigado, he got his glove on it, but he could not contain it. It rolls in back of him. Everyone is saved. And I think they're going to get an error on him. Boy, that is, it's so big. A lot of times an error costs you an out. And the age-old adage, you don't want to give a team extra outs. Now, this one might have actually been extra outs, plural, in that. That might have been a double play ball. On a hard ground ball with a runner on, you don't get anyone out. And now here's Westberg. 2 on, nobody down. Bowie down big here. As a fastball misses away, and the count 1-0. Jordan's hitting .224 on the year. But there is a stat that I think is intriguing on his season so far. His line drive rate. Pitch, and he takes an off-speed pitch and a strike. And they count 1-1. Westberg has actually hit more line drives as a percentage than he has done in any other year in his professional career. 24% of balls he has hit fair have been on a line. As a fastball's down low, ball 2. That's one of the weird reasons to say that he's only hitting in the 220s. Line drives, obviously, usually end up more so a base hit than fly balls or ground balls. 2-1. And a fastball misses away, ball 3. 2 men on, nobody out, and the Baysox looking to get on the board in this ball game, trailing 9-0 in the 4th inning. The 3-1. And there's a strike. 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees. Boy, Olsen has got big league stuff. Westberg is 2 for 9 in this series. The 3-2 coming. And it's off the outside, ball 4. So Bowie does not have a hit, but they've got the bases loaded in the frame with 2 down, and that was a good take. A fastball pretty close to the outside corner. And Westberg watches it go by, ball 4. And I know when you're a pitcher, you want to try to pitch at your best. You want to be pristine, perfect, if you will, but sometimes you do got to pitch to a game-related situation as well. And what I mean by that is it's 9-0. You got to just throw the ball over the plate. Let him hit it, and you're going to win the game. As here's J.D. Mundy. I know that's not kind of a minor league development mindset. That's more of a how you win the ball game mindset. But Bowie will take it here. 2 walks and an error in the frame. And now Mundy in from the left side as Olsen sets and throws. Swing at a lifted foul. Out of play off to the left, 0-1. Mundy, the product of Radford, started his collegiate career at Virginia Tech. We got a Hokie that's going to run our baseball caps this year, Steve Bumbry. As here's the pitch, and it's down and inside, and the count 1-1. In fact, I think Bumbry was the last really, really good Baysox from Virginia Tech. The last influential player in Bowie. As here's the pitch, off speed and a cold strike, a check swing, but it was on the outside corner, and the count 1-2. I might be wrong. I think Kerry Carpenter of Erie has had such a magical year, is also a Virginia Tech product. 1-2. Check swing, and he went too far on a diving breaking ball down. And that's what Olsen could do. Strike 3. The 6th strikeout for the talented right-hander. And now Adam Hall will come to the plate. So great to see Adam back in the lineup day in and day out. I think this is now his 5th game back after missing about 3 weeks here early in the month of May. Bases loaded, 1 down pitch, and a fastball's up high. And the count is 1-0. Hall's a .282 hitter on the year. He doesn't have a homer, but he's been more of a table setter, has Hall. 13 runs scored, only 5 RBIs. Pitch, and a swing and a miss through an off-speed delivery. That's a tough pitch at 87 miles an hour with some late movement. Count 1-1. Fastball running up there around 95 again for this right-hander. Here it comes. And it's off the inside with that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. The catcher, Rabago, didn't really show it to the home plate umpire, Dane Podchak. He popped out of the crouch, and he kind of bluffed a throw behind Gunnar Henderson at third. As now the 2-1. And it's a cold strike. Hall thought it was off the outside. A fastball catching the corner. The strikeout can get you out of the jam like none other. And Olsen is a master of it. Pitch. And it dives down and away. Ball 3. Once again into tonight. Prolific strikeout numbers. 54 in 35 innings. He only had 7 walks. He's already walked 2 in this inning alone. And now a 3-2 pitch to Hall. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball right side. There to Glennia Porti. He'll take it to the bag himself at first to get the surefire out. Henderson scores, and Bowie's on the board. It's a 9-1 game.
Catcher, Cody Roberts.
And now Cody Roberts will stand back in. The runners are at second and third here with 2 down. Again, it's a 9-1 Erie lead. They played a pull. Navigado, the second baseman, up the middle, as a big curveball bends down over the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Roberts grounded out to third, his first time up. As the 0-1 coming. Swinging a high lifted fly, heading into foul ground. Carpenter's over, and it gets out of play as it lands on the berm there down the line. And the count is 0-2. Bowie needs one of these 2-out homers. Erie hit a grand slam with 2 outs. And the bases loaded in the second. The big swing of the bat in this game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a hard breaking ball in the dirt. They'll have to throw to first, and they do so. And with it, the inning is over. So, Bowie loaded the bases with nobody out. They get 1 run. And we now move on to the 5th inning Erie leading 9-1 on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Well, it may be on Sunday, May 29th, but get ready for the Baysox first Catter Day at Prince George's Stadium. Everyone's heard of Bark in the Park, but now you can bring your kitty out for a relaxing afternoon of ball. And if you get here early enough, you can pick up a free Baysox Catter Day t-shirt, courtesy of the City of Bowie. You can get your tickets now for the first ever Catter Day at 301-464-4865 or at baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry, visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers! Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this.
Great to be with you tonight. We head to the fifth, 9-1 Erie leads. And here's Matt Sabates.
Well, let's see how things go with Connor Lowbridge back to work on the mound for Bowie. First pitch home to Andrew Navigato is called a strike on the upper half of the zone. It's 0-1 to start. It's Navigato then the top of the lineup with Dylan Rosa and Dylan Dingler due up here in this half inning for Erie. A 9-1 ball game. Next pitch ripped out toward left. This should probably get out as it's running back and gone. Solo home run for Andrew Navigato. That's the 8th home run given up this season for Connor Lowbridge. And it's a 10-1 game. 94 miles an hour off the bat, 343 feet away from home as the Baysox just keep running into this brick wall of power from Erie. Second homer of the season for Navigato. He's up to 8 RBI. Now back to the top of the lineup. Here's Dylan Rosa. First pitch called a strike. Changeup sat middle in the count, 0-1. Here's the next. Misses away a changeup. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Here's a liner left field. Touches down fair for a base hit. Rolls toward the corner. Picked off a couple of bounces by Andrew Dashbach, but cruising into second base standing Rosa. He's a triple shy of the cycle now with his second double of the season. Nobody out here in the 5th inning.
Designated hitter, Dylan Dingler.
Here's Dylan Dingler, an 1 for 2 day rather. Drew a walk and scored in the 4th inning. And a tough day for Bowie. They've allowed runs in every inning today except for the first. And that was only thanks in part to an excellent play in the field by Jordan Westberg. First pitch. Fastball just misses high, barely, if at all, and the count starts out 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a piece into the mid of the catcher. Count goes even at 1. Well, you can tell that Bowie's been having a really tough day navigating the strike zone. Tough couple of days when they're running into easy free passes for Dylan Dingler. The numbers he's put up when it comes to walks, not too impressive. The 1-1. Slider misses down and away and goes to 2-1. Going into yesterday's game, he'd only drawn 9 walks against 52 strikeouts in 37 games. But over his last 5 plate appearances, he's drawn 3 walks. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Count goes even at 2 from Connor Loprich. Baysox trailing 10-1 here in the bottom of the fifth, or the top of the 5th inning rather. 13 hits for the Seawolves. As catcher Dingler digs back into the box. Loprich sets. And fires the 2-2. It's away, gets past the catcher. On to third base goes Rosa. Runs the count full on Dingler. And this season, he's hitting just 105 on full counts, but he does draw walks 20% of the time, strikes out 40% of the time. Most runs that Bowie has given up in a game this season is 11. That was against Reading in that 11-10 loss in 11 innings. Just a little bit over a week ago. As the payoff comes home to Dingler, and it's down low for a ball 4. Each of the first 3 batters in this frame reaching for Erie. It's the 3rd walk given up by Loprich. 2 of them have been to Dylan Dingler.
Right fielder, Kerry Carpenter.
So again, he'd walked 9 times over his first 37 games of the season. And now he's drawn 4 walks in his last 6 plate appearances. Here's Kerry Carpenter. First pitch misses down. One 1-0 to start as Carpenter is 0 for 3 on the day. A very rare 0 for, as he's pretty much leading this lineup in every other category. Next pitch called a strike, curveball on the outer edge. It's 1-1. He's the only Seawolves batter to not reach base today. He popped into that double play in the 1st, flew out to center field in the 3rd, and then to left field in the 4th. Next pitch, grounded foul, first base side. Count goes to 1-2. And again, Bowie trailing 10-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Home runs doing plenty of the heavy lifting for Erie yet again as the 1-2 pitch comes in, and it's lined into center field, a base hit. Each of the first 4 reaching as 1 run will score here. Down from 3rd, Rosa, on to 3rd base, Dingler. RBI single for Kerry Carpenter, and it's 11-1 Erie. So Carpenter, the last Seawolves batter to reach base today, collects his 30th RBI of the season.
Third baseman, Andre Lipsius.
And the Baysox have Shelton Perkins up and walking around, not yet throwing in the bullpen. At the corners here in the top of the 5th, still no outs as Andre Lipsius steps in and watches the first pitch high and tight. Count opens at 1-0. Lipsius an 0 for 2 day, walked and scored in the 4th inning. Grounded out to the left side of the infield twice. Hits it there now. It could be a double play as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball bottom edge. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Inning's already gotten out of hand for Bowie. A leadoff solo home run for Andrew Navigado to left field. A double by Dylan Rosa. A walk, a wild pitch, and an RBI single. Here's the 1-1. Curveball, a nice one from Loprich. It's the top half of the zone for a called strike, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. So now the only batters without a hit for Erie in this game are Lipsius and the number 8 batter, Chris Rabago. Here's the 1-2. Check swing and a slider away. Lipsius got it back easily, and the count goes even at 2. Most hits that the Baysox have given up in any one game this season was 16. And believe it or not, I think they actually won that game. That was back on the 4th. Yeah, the 10-7 win over Harrisburg. That was a wild game. The 2-2, check swing high, a changeup. And the count runs full on Lipsius. Well, the Baysox were hoping to get a handful of innings out of Connor Loprich, but as he's working just into his 2nd full inning, his pitch count is already up to 49. The payoff pitch is grounded over to the left side and through for a base hit. Down to score Dingler. Carpenter was off on the pitch, so he runs into third base standing. Each of the first 5 batters reaching safely for Erie here in the top of the 5th. Another RBI single makes it 12-1. So Lipsius has the hit, the 15th of the day for Erie.
We win the community with Prince George's County Right Smart Computer Solutions from Spring.
And Cody Roberts is going to come out and have a quick conversation about this one. Well, the way it's going, this one's just completely out of hand for the Baysox. There's not much they can do to prevent it. At this point, you just leave your guys out there, see what sort of outs they can get with the amount of pitches that they really have in the tank. Looks to be Adam Stauffer finally up and throwing in the bullpen.
First baseman, Quincy Naporti.
Now here's Quincy Naporti. First and third, still nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Home run, double, walk, and back-to-back singles here to start this frame. First pitch, Naporti lifts it into shallow center. Running in Haskin, back out Westberg, or Henderson rather. Henderson makes the catch. Runner can't tag, it's much too shallow. And that is the first out of the frame. At this rate, plenty of these Bowie batters will probably see 6 plate appearances. Dylan Rosa, the leadoff man, almost assuredly will, as he's gone 3 for 4 at the plate, a triple shy of the cycle, just through 4.5 innings. Here's Parker Meadows, 3 for 3 day. First pitch, he watches a fastball, make that a curve rather, check for a called strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Meadows singled and scored in the second, doubled and scored in the third, singled in a run in the 4th inning. As Cody Roberts calls for a quick time behind home plate, a ball getting loose from the Seawolves bullpen, or from the Baysox bullpen, I should say. As we'll wait on the 0-1. Wind pushing out a bit to left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a broken bat flare up the right side. Great diving grab by Westberg. Underhands to second, and they got him. My goodness, Jordan Westberg. Talk about range. Still got up and got it to Henderson, covering the bag in time. 1 run does score as Kerry Carpenter descended from third, but it is the second out of the inning as Lipsius is taken out 4-6. So now runner at first and 2 away for Gage Workman. First pitch. Breaking ball misses low, and the count starts out at 1-0. At this point, with Stauffer warming and now Loprich up to 2 outs, all that Bowie really hopes for is just to get out of the inning and then go to a new pitcher. Next pitch swung on and missed down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Workman a 2 for 3 day, singled and scored in the second, doubled homer run and scored in the third. As Bowie trails 13-1 now after that force out earlier. Here's a pop foul, third base side and out of play. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Workman. And it is already the most runs that Bowie has given up in a single game this season. 1 shy of tying the most hits. The 1-2 skips underneath the legs of Roberts. Trickles very slightly to the back of the batting circle, but the wild pitch allows Meadows to advance to second base. So that ground out for, or hitting into that force, I should say, for Meadows, gave him his second RBI of the game. He's got 10 on the season in 24 games. 2-2 count on Workman as Loprich looks to end the frame. Pitch home is swung on and lifted high and deep to left, but not deep enough. Dashbach curls over to his right some, backs up a little, and finally brings it down to end the inning. But it's another big inning for Erie. They score 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors, eventually 1 man left on base. Halfway home here at Prince George's Stadium. Hopefully the second half of this game is a little bit faster and a little bit smoother than the first. Bowie trails 13-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie is hoping for a quick finish to this one. 13-1 they trail as the first pitch to Andrew Dashbach is fouled off right side, 0-1. Reese Olson is back to work, did finally allow a run in the fourth inning, and he's had some pretty lengthy stints on the bench as his offense has cruised through. Next pitch to Dashbach misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. 8-9-1 due up in this half inning for Bowie as Olson fires the 1-1 and Dashbach lines it foul third base side. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. After Dashbach, it's Christopher Cespedes and Cesar Prieto. But Bowie got their only run in the game without the aid of a hit. There's 2 walks, an error, and a ground out. Here's the 1-2. Inside, nearly clipped him, and the count goes even at 2 on Dashbach, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to second base his first time up. Here's the 2-2. Line it the other way, a base hit. Gets past the second baseman into right center. Dashbach breaks out of a 5-game hitless skid with only the second hit of the day for Erie. And they have the leadoff runner aboard for the second consecutive inning.
Right fielder, Christopher Cespedes.
Number 9 batter Christopher Cespedes in. First pitch. Grounded slowly over to third. Could be 2. The turn goes to second for 1, but they can't go anywhere else as Andre Lipsius picks it. Andrew Navigato fielded and had to get out of the way of Andrew Dashbach. So a 5-4 choice. And Christopher Cespedes replaces Dashbach at first base as there's now 1 away. Back to the top of the lineup in Cesar Prieto. Here's the first pitch. Prieto was just kind of listlessly standing in the box as that breaking ball came home, and it was called for a strike on the bottom edge. Count opens up at 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Prieto watches down and away, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Well, again, the Baysox at this point, with how taxed they are and how long they've been having to dip into their bullpen lately, with both Zach Peak and Drew Rahm missing significant time and now coming in on back-to-back days for very short outings. That was anticipated, but it's still the truth. The 1-1. Grounded over to second. This one could be 2, but it won't. Navigato picks, thought about second, but goes to first, as that's the only play. 4-3 put out as the second out of the frame as Christopher Cespedes advances to second. There's 2 away. Prieto is grounded to second in all 3 of his plate appearances today. Well, the point I'm getting to is that we might see the first instance of a position player pitching for Bowie this season. So do we want to take bets on it? My money's on Maverick Handley. Not in the game today for Bowie. Catchers are usually one of the first options for a position player to pitch just because of the arm speed they have. Here's Gunnar Henderson. First pitch misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. 95 miles an hour, though, from Reese Olson as he's up to 78 pitches. That's some good gas when you're that deep into a game. There is a right-hander warming in the pen for Erie as well. We'll see if he comes out, if Henderson might be able to knock out Olson, the 1-0. Fouled off back to the screen, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Looks to be Chavez Fernander tossing in the pen for Erie. Hadn't been assigned a number until earlier before today's game. He's a very fun story. Talk more about it when he gets in. A product of the Bahamas. Not too many folks come into professional baseball from there. The 1-1 misses inside, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. I think the only active major league player from the Bahamas, I think it's Jazz Chisholm. Yep. Is he still with the Marlins? Yes, he is. The 2-1 misses inside to Henderson, and the count goes to 3-1. Perfect day at the plate for Gunnar so far. Doubled in the first inning as Bowie's only run scored as he leads the league in runs scored. I believe that was his 34th overall run. But he drew a walk in the 4th inning. Could draw a walk here as he's got a hitter's count with a runner at second, 2 away, a 13-1 game. Next pitch, lifted foul the other way, count fills. Yeah, Henderson leads the league in walks. He's now got 38 with his free pass earlier today and runs scored. Got the number wrong. He's now up to 35 with his run earlier in today's game. Runner at second, 2 away. Olson trying to set himself up in line for a win as the 3-2 is fouled off again left side, and the count holds. At this point, just based on the pitch count alone, Henderson could be the last batter he faces. And time quickly called by Rabago behind home plate. Bowie trailing 13-1. 4 runs in the second for Erie, then 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 4 more in the fifth. The payoff to Henderson is swung on and missed for strike 3. Fastball low, and the Baysox do get an early base runner, but can't do much with him. That's 8 strikeouts for Reese Olson. We're on to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trails 13-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. There's plenty to catch in the month of May with fireworks every home Saturday. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
We're back into Prince George's Stadium, continuing on with what's been another tough day for Bowie. No other way to slice it as they trail 13-1. The Baysox dip into their bullpen once again as Connor Loprich calls it a day. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 6 runs all earned. He struck out just one batter. He walked 2 and gave up 1 home run, his 8th of the season. As the Baysox handed off to Griffin McClarty, we handed off to Adam for the call.
Well, thank you so much. So here is Griffin McClarty to the hill, the right-hander, the 4th Bowie pitcher of the day. He'll face the 8-hole hitter here in Rabago, the catcher pitch. And it's off the outside, a fastball, ball 1. Only the 5th outing for McClarty here, as he has allowed 11 runs in 8 2/3 innings in his short time with Bowie. He delivers. And a fastball beats the swinging Rabago, and the count 1-1. The Baysox, knowing that their starter Zach Peak was not going to go deep in this game, he went an inning and 2/3, faced 9 batters, as another fastball beats Rabago. And the count is now 1-2. Now, Bowie was going to have to rely greatly on their bullpen today, and that has not gone well. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. He got him. He threw 3 fastballs by him. And a good start to the evening for the right-hander McClarty. And now Andrew Navigato will come to the plate. Orioles beat writer for Masson Sports, Rock Kabatko, reporting 2 hours ago that former first-round pick of the Orioles as a breaking ball off the outside, ball 1, Heston Kjerstad, is playing in his first extended spring training game tomorrow. That really is good news for Baltimore. As here's the pitch, and a foul on a line back towards the backstop. If you look at these highly drafted college ball players, a lot of times they're here at the AA level 2 years after they're drafted. So guys like Hudson Haskin and the like are here in 2022 after being drafted in 20. As here's the pitch, and Navigato takes a strike just under the belt on the inside, and the count 1-2. Kjerstad, who was the SEC Freshman of the Year at Arkansas, a prolific 3-year career there. As here it comes, and a swing and a miss and a high fastball for strike 3. And McClarty has fanned the first 2 here on his evening. And now Dylan Rosa, 3 for 4 tonight, will come to the plate. The Orioles made Kjerstad the number 2 overall pick in the draft. As here's the pitch, and it's in there, a strike with a fastball on the inside. But Kjerstad battled the enlarged heart ailment called myocarditis, and with that missed all of last year. As a swing and a miss through a fastball, it's 0-2. And then when he was going to start his pro career this year, he had a severe hamstring injury in spring training. The 0-2 pitch coming. And a lifted pop-up behind the plate. Coming back on it, the catcher here, Roberts, it's out of play. So Kjerstad has not played in a game since he was with Arkansas and the world shut down. The college baseball season ended due to COVID in March of 2020. Just incredible. And boy, it'll be big to get him going and hopefully be here in Bowie soon. As there's strike 3. McClarty beat him with a fastball, and he strikes out the side in order in the 6th inning. So we head to the bottom of the 6th, 13-1. Erie leads. We're back after this on the Baysox Baseball Network.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Well, at some point, Bowie's going to get past the rough waters. That has been their month of May. It has been a really, really tough month for Bowie, and it continues tonight. Erie en route to what will be winning the first three games of this series. They lead 13-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. There is a new pitcher on, though, and here is Chavez Fernander. You know, it's interesting you get used to, as we also have a new center fielder for Erie as well. We'll try to check and see who that is out there in center. As Hudson Haskin will bat here, leading off the sixth inning, and Fernander, he comes home with it. And there's a chop ball to short. Charging Workman to glove, and he slings it across the diamond in time, beating Haskin one down. I have to check on that center fielder. I think it might be Eric De La Rosa. It might be out there in center. We will have to check. And here is Jordan Westberg. In for the right side, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight as Fernander delivers. And a lifted foul out of play right side. Count is 0-1. I have never seen a ball player named Fernander. Right? I mean, the name Fernandez is such a common last name. As here's the pitch. And a check swing, and Westbrook definitely went too far. Oh, no, he did not. They said he held back. And the count is 1-1. It is De La Rosa that is in center, and he's in for Meadows. The next pitch, and a breaking ball grounded foul pulled to the left side. Count 1-2. I almost feel like Fernander, some broadcasters will look down and you're about to say Fernandez, and you almost say his last name like you're asking a question. Fernander. As they count 1-2. As Fernander is ready, and he comes home with it. Yeah, this breaking ball dives down low. Reese Olson, the Erie starter, was really solid tonight. 5 innings, 2 hits allowed, 1 run, and it was unearned. He walked 2 and he struck out 8. A deep breath in the 2-2. And this ball's lined the other way, and a base hit into right field. That was interesting. It looked like it was a pitch on the inner half of the plate, so Westberg, he kind of inside out of that baseball. A lot of times you hit the ball the other way on a pitch away, especially a fastball with 2 strikes. But that was a fastball in, and he He just kind of got his hands inside the baseball. Westberg's on with one down, and here's J.D. Mundy. You'd love to see Mundy start to find that power stroke pitch. And he takes a fastball away. And the count, 1-0, strikes. Mundy has got 8 extra base hits in his 26 games entering today. The pitch, and a swing and a miss through a fastball. And the count evens here at 1-1. Mundy's got 2 homers, 12 driven in on the year. As Fernander comes home with it. And a breaking ball strike on the outside corner. And the count 1-2. So Mundy has struck out twice in this game today. Olsen is such a weapon in that regard. I mean, 8 strikeouts in his 5 innings. He's done that all year. Pitch. And a check swing and a pitch down and in the appeal. But Mundy did not go. And the count evens here 2-2. Mundy showed really good power, though, at the single-A level last year. And we just talked about Heston Kjerstad. Drafted in 2020, Mundy was signed by the Orioles out of Radford in 2020. The pitch, and a fastball misses away, ball 3. Feels so much for the kids that were a part of that draft. Mundy, a free agent, largely due to the fact that the draft was just 5 rounds. But, boy, that last college season is such an incredible moment in your life, and to have it cut short, 3-2. And a lifted high pop fly, shallow left. Lipsy is third baseman, backpedaling, called off by the left fielder Rosa. And Rosa makes the catch, and there's not 2 down in the inning. Now, anybody, look, everybody was affected by the pandemic in so many different ways. But as far as a great life experience time, got to feel for those that lost a year of their high school or college careers, whether they were in athletics or not. What a tough time it was. As here's Adam Hall, who has the only RBI for Bowie tonight. 0 for 2, though, as Fernander throws. And it's a cutter strike on the outside corner. Hall, a right-handed hitter. Back in the lineup every night, and it's great to see. 0-1. Fastball in there for a strike. On the outside half of the plate, count 0-2. And really the Baysox have added both Hall off the injured list and Prieto via promotion to this lineup this week. It has really filled out the Baysox lineup. 0-2 coming. Fastball. It's a cold strike 3. Hall thought it was away, and he has a few words with the home plate umpire, Dane Ponchak. But with the inning, it is over. So we're going to go to the 7th inning tonight. It's just one of those nights as Erie leads Bowie 13-1 on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shop marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
So it's 13-1 Erie. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Boy, the ball has been flying out of Prince George's Stadium off the bats of the Seawolves in this series, and tonight none different. But Griffin McClarty, the Baysox right-hander, has really had a great start here. As we got a pinch hitter, John Rossoff is going to bat for Dingler here to start this 7th. Here's the pitch, and a fastball strike. At the knees, it's 0-1. And one of the things as a pitcher, as that was at 91 miles an hour, if you got a fastball that's got that extra life to it, as a fastball hit towards the middle, backhanding Henderson, long throw for the outfield grass, and digging it out, Mundy, nicely done. They get the out, one retired. When you have got a fastball that's getting a lot of swings and misses off of it, you don't have to go out there and really fool hitters. You can be more in an attack mode as a pitcher. Yeah, we've seen that from McClarty here. Here's Kerry Carpenter and the pitch. And a fastball's off the outside at 94 miles an hour. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. McClarty entered in the 6th, faced 3 batters, and he struck them all out. And he struck them all out with the fastball. As there's another hitter. He's not messing around. There's a strike on the outer half of the plate at the knees. They count 1-1. And he's just getting up there and throwing fastballs over the plate. The wind and the pitch. And there's a breaking ball. See, that's what the broadcaster does. And it's grounded foul to the right side. And the count is 1-2. Never trust your broadcaster, folks. This guy just throws fastballs. There's the breaking ball. Count is 1-2. As McClarty's ready to go. Maybe he was hearing what I was saying. As he delivers. This ball's hit in the air well, right center. Sespin is back, turning to look. And this ball is off the wall on a hop. And it's played. Actually, Haskin plays it in towards the infield. And Carpenter has his second hit of the day. This time a 1-out double. Now that was off of another heater. And now Andre Lipsius will stand in. Well, tomorrow night, 7:05 start time, Bowie will have Garrett Stallings, who is one of the only pitchers that has been able to make every turn in the rotation this year. A right-hander 2-2 with a 3.55 ERA. He'll be on the hill. As here's the pitch to Lipsius. And it's down and away. A fastball, ball 1. The Stallings will try to get Bowie going. The Baysox then have Ryan Watson to pitch on Saturday. He's been really good. Started the year in the bullpen. And an incredible start in his end of the rotation. As the next delivery, down and away, 2-0 here to Lipsius. That's a 6:35 start. And then Antonio Velez, who struggled on Tuesday, will try to get straightened out. The left-hander on Sunday afternoon. This is a 12-game homestand, but unfortunately, it has not been a time for Bowie to get well, as they've been struggling coming into it. As there's a swing and a miss on a fastball just above the belt, count 2-1. The Baysox won 1 game in their 6-game series in Reading, Pennsylvania. And a loss today would mean they'd be 1-8 in the first 9 of this homestand. Pitch and a check swing, kind of a weak cut, foul. That was almost like a half swing by Lipsius. And it's back to the screen and the count 2-2. They had love to get something going if you're Bowie here at the end of this homestand. As a swing and a tapper foul now, and the count remains 2-2. The Baysox will head on the road, of course, following this weekend. Runner at second, one down, 13-1. Erie leads in the top of the seventh inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And guess what? Fourth strikeout for McClarty. It's another fastball. And there's two down. And now Quincy Naporti will come to the plate. He's homered and singled. He's got two driven in the game. Naporti is a player that just has had such a penchant for the extra base hit, as he's got a cut like that there. A swing and a miss through a breaking ball, strike one. Good slider there from McClarty. Naporti, 14 of his 29 hits on the year have been extra base hits. He's got some pop. As he lifts a fly ball, well hit to right. Sespin is back on the run. It's over his head. It's one hop and over the wall. Now, the ground rule double will allow Carpenter to come around to score. And into second is Naporti. And it is 14-1 Erie.
Center fielder, Eric De La Rosa.
And he got 138 games in a year. They're not all going to smell like roses. As here's Parker, or check that, we're going to see Eric De La Rosa for his first at-bat here of the evening. The pitch, and a fastball misses in, ball one. And tonight's game, once again, knowing that Peak wasn't going to go long in it after Rom threw less than 3 innings. Of course, that was on purpose because he's trying to work his way back from the IL. As here's the next one. And a line drive base hit into left center. Naporti will turn third to score. Around is De La Rosa for second, and the Haskin throw is off the bag. And it's an RBI double for De La Rosa. And boy, more 2-out damage for the Seawolves. And it's 15-1.
Shortstop, Gage Workman.
The Bowie's bullpen was really taxed last night. And now you got to come into a game today. You know that your pitcher is probably, your starter, going to throw 3 innings max. It's just a tough recipe as far as trying to win a ball game. And Erie has taken advantage in a big-time way. As here's Gage Workman, 2 for 4 with 2 driven in. In from the left side, McClarty throws, and a fastball misses up high, and they count 1-0. Peak exited with the bases loaded and 2 down in the second. Birch came on and gave up a grand slam, and Bowie has not gotten back in the game since. As a breaking ball cut on and missed. Roberts had that one scooped by him a bit, but the runner De La Rosa, who came in as a defensive replacement here on the top of this 7th inning, De La Rosa stays put at second here. Bowie has been out hit 18-3 in the game. Pitch. And there's a soft liner to center. Haskin coming in, but it'll dip down a base hit. They're going to send the runner, and he'll score standing as cutting it off is Mundy. And Erie has plated 3 more runs with 2 outs in an inning. And it's 16-1. And there's nobody up in the bullpen. That's what you hate about games like this. You know, McClarty was throwing well, And if it's a very close game and he gets in trouble, there's a chance he gets lifted. And in the end, you look at his numbers and he had a good outing, but instead here, after McClarty struck out 4 of the first 6 that he faced, all of a sudden a 3 spot is on the board. A runner is at first. There's 2 down in the inning. And here's Chris Rabago to the plate. Rabago, a product of UC Irvine. I got our photographer, Bill Vaughn, to my left. Bill, you know what UC Irvine's mascot is? Swing and a miss from Bill Vaughn here. As here's the pitch. And it's up high, ball 1. They're the Anteaters, Bill. One of the great names. The Anteaters. I'll tell you, if there is a more unattractive animal than an anteater, I mean, here's the pitch. And a foul and a line to the screen. What does that mascot look like? He was, Rabago went to the same school there as Baysox pitcher in Cam Bishop. They do not hold the runner on at first as McClarty delivers. And a breaking ball dives down and away. Down is a ball and a strike here to Rabago. The pitch and a fastball down and in. And it's now 2-1. In this game, Erie's first 7 runs came with 2 men out in an inning. And all 3 in this inning have as well. So it has been an enormous number. Double-digit runs with 2 men out tonight. As there's a hard ground ball, but foul. Outside third, pulled to the left side. And the count 2-2. If you're an anteater, do you have to be a good low ball hitter? Do you get that one, Bill? As McClarty's going to look in for the sign. Westberg's playing up the middle. They played a pull, the pitch, and a reaching swing on a pitch off the outside. And it's softly lined foul into the seats. And the count stays 2-2. Henderson here, Bowie's shortstop, is also well swung around towards third. He's very deep in the hole there at short. The 2-2. And a breaking ball darts down and away, ball 3. You hit a decent ground ball to where the shortstop position usually is right now, and that ball will just roll gently into the outfield grass. 3-2 the count. Here to Rabago. Workman off first, the runner. He goes, the pitch, and it's ball 4. A fastball missing away, and 4 in a row have reached with 2 down in the 7th inning. And Bowie now is getting a right-hander up and throwing in the pen.
First baseman, Andrew Navigado.
You know, Matt spoke to it earlier today. Is this going to be a game in which a position pitcher pitches? It has all of the makings of it. It's one of the wild stats about the longest Baysox manager tenured in their history. As here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch, strike 1. Gary Kendall, 8 years as Bowie's manager, more than any other, and he never threw a position player to pitch in a game. Probably 1,000 games with the Baysox in that time. As now the 0-1 pitch, and it's off the outside, count 1-1. Now the man that's warming is not a position player. It is the right-hander in Shelton Perkins, and I'll tell you, if you're a reliever, it's so hard as now the catcher Roberts goes out to talk to McClarty. It's so hard to stay focused down there in the pen to try to come into a ball game like this, right? I mean, you don't want to come in here and have your numbers be inflated because you're not throwing with that edge, right? Hard to keep that competitive spirit in a game that, for all purposes, is done. Pitch up and in with a fastball, ball 2. Erie has 3 runs in the 7th. They lead 16-1. Runners at first and second here, 2 down. Navigado, the 9-hole hitter, batting as McClarty delivers. Check swing and a high fastball, and they said he did not go. And it's 3 balls and a strike. This might be the end of the road for McClarty, whether he gets him out or not. He was really throwing well. Struck out 4 the first 6 he faced. Had a runner at second, 2 down, and then it just fell apart here. Pitch inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And that's 5 in a row, reaching here with 2 down in the 7th, and a 9th batter to come to the plate here for Erie. And here comes Kyle Moore out of the Baysox dugout. So it'll be Dylan Rosa at the plate here for Erie, top of the order. They're going to face a new pitcher as Shelton Perkins is going to come into this game for Bowie. We'll step aside for a moment. Bases loaded with 2 down to the 7th. Erie leading 16-1. As this is Baysox.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
So it's 16-1 Erie, and into the game, Shelton Perkins here for the Baysox. As he'll face the right-handed hitting Dylan Rosa here. Bases loaded, 2 down. Perkins has thrown very well, especially as of late. He delivers. Big breaking ball strike, and how about that? Rosa was turning like a corkscrew, just diving a bit away, and that ball cut right over the inside part of the plate. Runners off every base. 0-1 coming. Breaking ball, getting a wave and a miss. Boy, that curve is something. Yeah, they count 0-2. Perkins, in his last 5 outings, has allowed 1 run. 3.97 ERA in 9 outings he throws. He threw it again. Maybe a little firmer that time. Not as much break, and it just missed. A little bit down. And the count 1-2. Now, once again, this is 10th outing of the year. He's allowed 6 runs, 5 earned in 11 1/3 innings. 11 walks, though, have hurt him as he delivers away off the outside. And it's 2-2. Missed badly there with another off-speed pitch. 13 strikeouts, but that one number that comes back is the walks. He's only allowed 5 hits, which is stellar in 11 1/3 innings. 2-2. Breaking ball, and he got him for strike 3. Rosa tried to check his swing, but that pitch bent right over the inside part of the plate. And with it, the inning is over. Now, Erie does leave them loaded, but they get 3 runs in the inning, all with 2 men down. And we now move on to the bottom of the 7th. It's Erie on top of Bowie, 16-1 on the Baysox Baseball Network.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Well, a tough one for Bowie tonight. They're down 16-1 as we head to the last of the seventh inning. Here is 7, 8, and 9 for Bowie. Roberts, Dashbach, and Cespedes. As Fernando delivers, and there's a ball shot up the middle, a line drive base hit off the bat of Roberts. He's on, and now we'll see Andrew Dashbach, who is 1 for 2 today. Dashbach is from a small town, Atherton, California, which is actually located right next to the Stanford campus. And what a cool thing that he grew up and ended up being a star on Stanford's baseball team. As here's the pitch, and a breaking ball just stayed a little bit up, and they count 1-0. Dashbach, a first baseman throughout last year, and of course that is what he has been the majority of time here this year, but we knew that he did play as a corner outfielder in spring training a bit, as a pitch is down low, ball 2. When you've got a guy like J.D. Mundy this year and you look at the composition of the position players for Bowie, you got a lot of guys that have played a lot of infield in their career. Here's the 2-0. And a fastball down and away, ball 3. So the thinking is to try to keep Andrew's bat in the order a little bit more this year, that he would play a little bit as a corner outfielder. We've seen that in Baltimore from Trey Mancini. 3-0 coming. And it's in there at the knee, strike 1. But tonight, we haven't seen much of it, but tonight, Dashbach is in left field. Roberts at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball, gloving it at a hop. Workman, the shortstop, the second for 1, and the throw to first in time. It's a double play. The Porty there, the first baseman, dropped the ball, but they ruled that he dropped it trying to transfer it from glove to hand, throw it around the diamond. Now, that ball was hit sharply, but in the end, it's a 6-4-3 double play. And there's 2 down in the 7th. And here is the newcomer in Cespedes. Right-handed hitter, the pitch. Jack swing as it fades down low. And they count 1-0. He did not go. Well, Cespedes began the year just really a week or so ago for him in AAA Norfolk. 1-0 coming, and it's down and away. A fastball, ball 2. He really hasn't played much altogether this year. This is second start here with the Baysox and looking for his first hit at the AA level this year. 0 for 6 is Cespedes as he turns on one and chops it foul right in front of the Erie dugout. Count is 2-1. Erie leads 16-1 here in the 7th. The next one. And a lifted high pop fly. Foul ground right side. First baseman Naporti on the side warning track makes the catch. And with it, the inning is over. So Bowie gets a leadoff single and nothing more. And we're on to the 8th inning from Prince George's Stadium. 16-1 Erie leads on the Baysox Baseball Network.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
Well, all Erie tonight. They lead Bowie 16-1. We go to the 8th inning. And with the call, here's Matt Sabates.
All right, let's keep things brief here the rest of the way as it's a 15-run game. We've all got stuff to do tonight. Here's John Rossoff. First pitch to the lefty, called a strike on the bottom edge. A curveball from Perkins. Count opens up at 0-1. Perk got a quick strikeout in his first batter. Dylan Rosa stranded the bases loaded in the last inning. Next pitch swung on and missed. Breaking ball inside, and the count goes to 0-2. Rossoff came in to replace Dylan Dingler. At the moment, he's the only batter for Erie today that has not reached base safely. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Rossoff pokes it back to the mound. Past Perkins, though, run in and picked on the bag by Henderson. He sidearms it to first, and it's in time. 6-3 putout is how things get started here. That's how Rossoff is probably going to end his day. 6-3 putouts in both of his plate appearances. Now on to Kerry Carpenter. He's had another fantastic day at the plate for the Seawolves. Overall, in the course of this series, he's gone 5 for 14. As Perkins fires the first to the left-hander, and it's poked foul left side, cued off the edge of the bat, and the count starts out at 0-1. Baysox have Perkins to finish out this inning, and then who knows if they do try and go with my anticipated position player to maybe pitch at 9th. Next pitch to Carpenter misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. My money would still be on Maverick Handley if it does happen. The Seawolves do have their own right-hander tossing. That's Joe Navalon. Here's the next pitch, grounded foul up the first base line, and the count goes to 1-2. They play Carpenter to shift. Here's the next, inside, nearly clipped him. Count goes even at 2. So at this point, it's just on Bowie to try and keep that short-term memory going, which they have done pretty well of this season. The 2-2, grounded foul, first base side, count holds. Hopefully turn some attention on to Friday's game, a 7:05 scheduled first pitch for tomorrow, as Garrett Stallings will get the start. Stallings has been piecing together some very good starts for Bowie, and again, it would hopefully be a great return to a long start after back-to-back short stints from two pitchers working back from injury stints. The 2-2 fouled off. Left side will stick around. Oh, what a day it's been here at Prince George's Stadium. 16 runs on 19 hits for Erie, both season highs allowed by the Baysox. One error for the Seawolves as the 2-2 comes in, and it's flared up the third baseline and down for a base hit toward the corner. Running on it, Dashbach, as he loses it, trying to barehand, but Carpenter is going to stop at second anyway. It's another double for Carpenter, his second of the game and 8th of the season. One out runner in scoring position for the Seawolves, their 20th hit in this game. At this point, we're going to have to start doing some digging to see how long it's been since a team put on this many runs against Bowie. This many runs, this many hits.
It's a good point there, Matt. And, you know, it's not just 20 hits, but 10 of them have been extra base hits.
Here's Andre Lipsius. First pitch. Right-hander watches breaking ball called for strike high. It's 0-1. Lipsius riding a 1-for-4 day. Has an RBI single in the 5th inning. Also has a walk and a run scored. He struck out his last time up. That was in the 7th. This next one lifted high out toward left, but right on the nose to Andrew Dashbach. He stays in his usual spot. Probably only shifted to his right about 2-3 feet at the most and makes the catch. Fly out for 2 outs in the inning, and now here comes Quincy Naporte. All right, let's see if we can find it as we dig through a little bit. Naporte's having a fantastic day at the plate. He's a triple shy of the cycle. First pitch. Misses down. Count starts out at 1-0. Naporte 3 for 5. Had an automatic double in the 7th inning that drove in a run, an RBI single in the 4th, and a solo home run in the 3rd. Here's the next. Misses down. And the count goes to 2-0. Naporte no triples this season. And this is a ballpark that doesn't give up too many triples with how close in the corners are. But if you hit it up the line, up to the right side, you're usually liable to at least get close. The 2-0 called for strike. On the bottom edge, it's 2-1. But Naporte, not much of an opposite field power. Only 27% of the time, he goes the other way. Here's the next. Breaking ball misses wide, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. Three-one pitch. Naporte watches away, ball 4. First walk given up by Perkins today. 8th walk given up by Baysox pitching. And it's 1st and 2nd with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Center fielder, Eric De La Rosa.
De La Rosa back in. Just his second plate appearance. First pitch called a strike on an inside fastball. It's 0-1. He replaced Parker Meadows, who went 3 for 4. Meadows was productive in all of his plate appearances. Single, a double, 2 runs scored, as well as an RBI single and an RBI ground out. Next pitch misses inside on De La Rosa. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. De La Rosa replaced him in center field in the 6th inning. His first plate appearance in the 7th was an RBI double with 2 outs. He eventually came around to score on Gage Workman's single. Here's the next. Curveball bounced the other way, and a backhanded glove by the second baseman. No one covering second. They have to throw to first, and it gets away from Perkins. That'll score 1 run as Carpenter comes around to score.
And a throwing error on the first baseman.
So error on J.D. Mundy allows Carpenter to score. It is a base hit for Eric De La Rosa, however, so he's got a multi-hit game. The error also allows Quincy Naporte to move to third base. Second error of the game overall, first error for Bowie. And all of this, again, coming with 2 outs as Gage Workman will dig in. It's 17-1. Wolves. The 21st hit of the day for Erie. Here's Workman, switch hitter, watches a called strike on the bottom edge. And the count starts out at 0-1. Workman riding a 3-for-5 day. Next offering, called a strike on a changeup high. Count quickly to 0-2. Perkins just needs one more to finish this one out. Here's the 0-2. Grounded slowly over to the right side. Running in Westberg. Gloves at the shoot tops. Underhands to first, and the inning is over. But not before Erie gets another run across. It is unearned as Carpenter scored on an error. But as we move to the bottom of the 8th, Erie increases to a 16-run advantage. It's 17-1. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium, as this one is already well out of hand. The Baysox just want to get through it as quickly as they can as they trail 17-1. The Seawolves going to what would probably be one final pitcher. As we move to the bottom of the 8th, Joe Navalon takes over. Right-hander fires a first pitch ball to Cesar Prieto. 0 for 3 day for Prieto. He's grounded out to second all 3 times he stepped into the box. Next pitch misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. Chavez Fernandez's day is done. It's a no decision for him. Reese Olson, the pitcher of record. I think it's going to be an easy time for Olson to pick up a win in a 16-run game. Next pitch called a strike, and it goes to 2-1. Fernandez tossed 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, a strikeout. That's it. They play Prieto to pull. Of course, he's done that all 3 times today, doing it a little bit over half the time here in his brief Double-A career. The 2-1. Called a strike in the lower inside corner, and the count goes to 2. Joe Navalon, a 6-foot, 205-pound, 28-year-old right-hander from Brentwood, California. 21st round draft selection in 2016. Next pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Prieto, a delayed takeoff to first base. Rabago has enough time to easily loft it to the bag and retire Prieto for the first out. First strikeout for Navalon. 10th overall for Erie pitching.
And that might end a long hit streak between Aberdeen and Bowie for Prieto.
It was 12 consecutive games for the hot-hitting left-hander, 10 to close his high A career and 2 to start his Double-A career before now this 0 for 4 day. Here's Gunnar Henderson. First pitch lofted out toward left center field. This one a tough gap play as De La Rosa, the center fielder, closes the gap and makes the catch full sprint. Quick fly out there for Henderson, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Hudson Haskin. 0 for 3 day for Huddy. He reached on an error in the 4th inning, got to third base, but was left stranded there in the first pitch. Misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Strikeout looking in the first for Hudson. He grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Here's the next. Called a strike, bottom edge. Count evens at a ball and a strike here. Here's the next pitch. Called a strike. Lower inside corner in the count to 1-2. Joe Navalon on the season. 11 appearances, but a 3-0 record against a 6.32 ERA. 15 2/3 innings, 17 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's allowed 5 homers, the 1-2. That one up and in on those hands of Haskin. He does obviously pinch it in close to the zone. That's why he does have 7 hit by pitches. Well, that one didn't actually clip him. It just runs the count even at 2. It's been such a hazy day here at Prince George's Stadium. It just keeps getting worse and worse as the 2-2 comes in and it bounces in. Count runs full here with bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th of a 16-run game. At this point, it just looks like there's a mist that would be falling, but it's practically just frozen in time, hovering above all of us here. Here's the 3-2. This one lofted out toward no man's land in right field. In on it, the right fielder Carpenter, but it falls in. That one a very little soft bloop for Haskin. And that extends his hit streak to 5 consecutive games. Very glad to see that. And he's been really trying to jump back into things after what was a slow start to the month of May. The inning extends with 2 outs now as Jordan Westberg steps in. Well, this little fog, this haze, this reminds me a lot of a video game that I never played because I'm too much of a wuss, but that Silent Hill series, some of those horror video games that were really popular on the early PlayStation and PlayStation 2. First pitch to Westberg, fouled off back to the screen. Count starts out at 0-1. Runner at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 17-1 Erie lead, 21 hits for the Seawolves, only 5 for Bowie. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball comes in low, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. It's a 1-for-2 day for Jordan Westberg at the plate. He walked in the 4th inning. That did eventually help lead to a run. The only run of the day for Bowie. It was an unearned run after 2 walks, an error, and a ground out. He singled with 1 out in the 6th, but was left stranded. Here's the next. Called a strike, fastball, maybe a tad bit low, but at this point, you can widen the zone as much as you want. I can't imagine there'd be too much chirping. Joe Navalon looks for his 2nd strikeout to end the inning. The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Westberg did get a piece, but Rabago holds on, and the inning is over. The Baysox get a 2-out single and strand him at first. We move to the 9th here in this lengthy affair. Erie leads 17-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
finally, we're on to the last inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Well, it's been quite a night as Bowie trails 17-1. Shelton Perkins will head out for the last inning and hopefully finish it out for Bowie. They don't want to use any more pitchers as they've already gone through 4 arms in the bullpen today. First pitch to Chris Rabago, misses away for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the next. Rabago lofts it in toward shallow right center field, running in a long way, but it's down in the triangle. Hudson Haskin and Christopher Cespedes were converging. The right fielder Cespedes was probably the closest to it, but that's a single for Rabago, his first hit of the day, and he is the last of the original starting 9 to finally collect a base hit for Erie. It's the 22nd hit for the Seawolves. And I thought as I started to dig through some of the archives onto when was the last time Bowie was clobbered to such a degree, as the first pitch here to Andrew Navigado misses away for a ball. It's 1-0. I thought I'd have to go back a long ways. Turns out I didn't even have to go back a full year. So this was a game in mid-June of 2021.
All-timer.
Yeah, where it looked like Bowie and Akron might be going to a very, very fun one over 10, eventually 11, and then 12 innings, where, what was it, after just the original 9, 5-5, as Navigado fouls one off here. The count is 1-2. We can skip over a couple of pitches at this point.
It was a 5-5 game.
5-5 game after 9, and then each side scored twice in the 10th. Then they did it again in the 11th. And then in the 12th, everything broke loose. Next pitch fouled off right side. Count holds 1-2. Let's.
What happened was that Bowie ran out of pitching, and they ended up throwing their Colts hero infielder Willie Yan in the game.
He went out and pitched the 12th and left the 12th inning with an 81 ERA.
Yes.
If you've got the quick wit there, that's 8 runs across for Yan, or rather 3 runs in just 1/3 of an inning when he came in late.
But the game's called the Willie Yan game.
Here's a pop-up out towards shallow center. Late run in for Haskin. Can he get there against the mist? He can. Lost the hat and made the catch shoulder high. That's the first out of the inning.
Matt, you've never seen a ball player do more in one game. Yan had some big hits early. He made some incredible defensive plays in that game. The crowd was literally chanting his name here on the third base side. And when he came into the game, I've never seen it, the whole ballpark, it was a really big crowd that night, was just chanting, Willie, Willie. It was one of the most unusual games I've ever called here at Prince George's Stadium.
Well, he went 3 for 6 on that night with a pair of doubles, a run driven in and a run scored. But again, as I was mentioning, it actually shows that Bowie has not taken this much of a beating not too far in the past, because Akron eventually finished that game with 17 runs and 23 hits. So equal run total there, and they actually had an extra hit compared to what Erie has now. It's a 2-0 count here on Dylan Rosa, the leadoff man for Erie. And we can't skip over a handful of pitches at this point, as it's just Shelton Perkins trying to finish this one out in what's been the biggest clunker of them all over this tough 15-game stretch for the Baysox. Rosa swings through a high fastball, and the count goes to 2-1. So when this game wraps up, the Baysox will have lost, if I'm doing the numbers right, and 9 times out of 10 I'm usually not. Here's a grounder over to third. Could be 2. Picked by Prieto. Sent to Westberg at second for 1. Back to first and in time. Oh, and that gets a good round of applause over from the first base dugout, as the Baysox do have something to cheer about. A great turn double play. That's the first for Cesar Prieto at second base this season. The inning is over. Let's see if they can do it. 16 to tie, 17 to win. It'd be an all-timer, Adam. We'll step aside. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning. microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Alrighty, about time to wrap this one up as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning. Bowie trailing 17-1. Joe Navalon is back to work on the mound for the Erie Seawolves, trying to wrap this one up with his second inning of work. He pitched scoreless in the eighth, and as J.D. Mundy here at a 1-1 count to get going in the ninth. Started with a pitch away, and his last one fouled off. It'll be Mundy, Adam Hall, and Cody Roberts due up in this half inning. If the Baysox want to talk about a massive comeback, they need to bat twice through the lineup, and I wonder if even in the recorded history, maybe in the turn of this century, that's happened. It has to have happened at some point in the entire history of baseball, but nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. 2-1 here is grounded to second, picked by Andrew Navigado, and sent to first in time for the first out of the inning, 4-3. It's an 0-for-4 day to end for Mundy. He struck out twice, flew out to left once, and there that ground out. Here's Adam Hall now. He's on an 0-for-3 mark. Does have the only RBI of the day for Bowie. He grounded out to the first baseman sharply in the fourth inning. That drove in an unearned run against Reese Olson, the pitcher of record, and he drills one out to left field here, but that heavy miss is going to keep it in the ballpark. Dylan Rosa ranges to his left just enough and pulls it down. The Baysox down to their final strike. Well, not their final strike. They've got 3 strikes, but their final out. I'm getting ahead of myself. I've just been so anxious for this game to finally wrap up, as the day has gotten a little damper, a little darker, and just a little bit less fun when it's a 16-run lead. First pitch grounded to third. Andre Lipsy has gloves and throws it to first. Cody Roberts retired on one pitch to mercifully bring this game to a close. The Baysox, unfortunately, see their losing streak extend to 5 consecutive games as they're walloped tonight by Erie, 17-1. We'll step aside, bring you Baysox postgame in just a little bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark. with Matt Sabatas.
We get rolling here with Baysox postgame from Prince George's Stadium. Matt Sabatas alongside Adam Pohl with you. As the Baysox have their losing streak extended to 5 consecutive games tonight in one of the most lopsided losses in recent team history, 17-1 at the hands of the Erie Seawolves. We'll go ahead and start out with a recap of this one and then discuss it a little bit and look around the rest of the Eastern League as well as the Orioles organization as a whole. But let's go ahead and go back in time to start, all the way back to 6:37 p.m. when first pitch came home from Zach Peak to Dylan Rosa. Peak was making his first start in just about a month, same as Drew Rom yesterday, coming off of a lengthy stint on the injured list, so not anticipating much from him in terms of distance. And after giving up 2 leadoff singles, it looked like he could be in for some early trouble. But thanks to some great defense on the infield, he was able to get out of it. And now a 1-2 count on Carpenter. The pitch. This one driven high out toward right, but not deep. Christopher Cespedes has to run in a long way, but it's the second baseman, Jordan Westberg, who comes back out to make the catch, throws it to third, and gets the runner tagging up. That was a great double play by Jordan Westberg. Went 4-5 to get the runner Rosa tagging up, and that helped get 2 quick outs for Peak to cruise through the frame. But as the Baysox got a runner to third base thanks to a 1-out double from Gunnar Henderson and a wild pitch, they couldn't bring him home against Reese Olson. Olson pitched well, eventually striking out 8 batters. He struck out 2 with Henderson stuck at third base. And that was just the spark that was needed for Erie to break through offensively against Zach Peak and then eventually Tyler Birch. When Peak gave up 2 singles and a walk, he hit a pitch limit and was lifted with just 2 outs in the second inning. Birch's first batter face would be Dylan Rosa, and that would turn out to be all that was needed for Erie. He fires the 1-1 here. Rosa skies it high and deep out toward left center field. Haskin running back a long way. At the warning track, it's gone. Grand slam Dylan Rosa, and Erie breaks out for a big 4-0 lead. 3 of those runs would be charged to Peak, so it would turn him into the pitcher of record as the day progressed. And unfortunately, as Birch cruised into the third inning, things just could not get much easier. After 2 quick outs, it looked like he might recover, but then he gave up a solo home run to Quincy Naporte, a double to Parker Meadows, and then eventually Gage Workman would follow up with an RBI double, and an RBI single by Andrew Navigato made it a 3-run frame, a 7-0 advantage. The Baysox, meanwhile, went down 7 in a row, make that 8 consecutive batters against Reese Olson through the second and third, and in the 4th inning, Erie got it going again around a pair of walks against Connor Lopridge. Quincy Naporte an RBI single, and with 2 outs, more of that little magic for the Seawolves thanks to Parker Meadows once again.
2 on, 1 down the pitch, and a ground ball base hit through the left side. Turning third and for the plate, Lipsius, and he's going to come home the score standing. And Erie is running and hiding on this Thursday night in Bowie, as they now lead it 9-0.
Still wouldn't be it, though, for the Seawolves. They plated 2 runs there in the 4th, and in the 5th, a leadoff home run by Andrew Navigato against Connor Lopridge would add on another. An early double, then a walk by Dylan Dingler, an RBI single by Kerry Carpenter was the first 4 batters of the frame, all against Lopridge, and Andre Lipsius would just continue to make things worse. The payoff pitch is grounded over to the left side and through for a base hit. Down to score Dingler. Carpenter was off on the pitch, so he runs into third base standing. Each of the first 5 batters reaching safely for Erie here in the top of the 5th. Another RBI single makes it 12-1. The Baysox did get their only run in the game a half inning earlier. Failed to mention after a walk, an error, and another walk, loaded the bases against Reese Olson. And Adam Hall grounded out to first base to drive in the only run, but because of the error, it was unearned against Olson. So his ERA will sink dramatically after 5 innings without an earned run across, 8 strikeouts and 2 walks. The Seawolves would add on a couple of more runs, 3 specifically in the 7th inning, thanks to a pair of 2-out RBI doubles and an RBI single. And then in the 8th inning, a One-out double by Kerry Carpenter, and then a single and a throwing error mixed in allowed Carpenter to score an unearned run against Shelton Perkins. In the ninth, though, Perkins did give up a leadoff single and got a double play to end the inning, facing the minimum in that frame, as the Baysox tangled with Chavez Fernander and couldn't get anyone to scoring position against him. They tried again in the eighth against Joe Navalon and came up empty with just one two-out single. And in the ninth, after two quick outs to open, Cody Roberts went after the first pitch, hopefully sparking a 16-run rally, but we all know how it went down. First pitch grounded to third. Andre Lipsy has gloves and throws it to first. Cody Roberts retired on one pitch to mercifully bring this game to a close. The Baysox, unfortunately, see their losing streak extend to 5 consecutive games as they're walloped tonight by Erie, 17-1. So there's your final. The Seawolves score 17 runs on 22 hits with one error. They left on 11 over the course of the day. Meanwhile, the Baysox scored 1 run on 5 hits with one error. They left on 6. Reese Olson is the winning pitcher. He moves to 3-2 on the season. Losing pitcher is Zach Peak, today's starter. He falls to 0-2. Game was played in 2 hours and 56 minutes. How about that, though? That pitch clock is something. You get an 18-run game in 2:56 in front of a paid attendance here at Prince George's Stadium of 1,482. With the win, the Seawolves move up to 24-18 on the year, a 3-game winning streak for them, as they're now 11-10 on the road. With the loss, the Baysox fall to 14-26 on the year, a 5-game losing streak for Erie. They've lost 12 of their last 13 games, and they're 9-14 here in front of the home crowd at Prince George's Stadium. Two sides will meet again tomorrow for Game 4 of this series with a 7:05 first pitch. Garrett Stallings, the anticipated starter for Bowie. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit, but as we step aside now and get ready to look around the rest of the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, let's just all pause and take a quick little breather after this one. What was a tough day for Bowie. 17-1 the final. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Georgia Stadium here for Baysox postgame as the Baysox fall to Erie tonight, 17-1. Another tough finish for Bowie as they extend their losing streak to 5 consecutive games. But let's take the moment now to cruise around the rest of the Eastern League, see how some of the other squads have wrapped things up. It was a one-hitter for the Portland Sea Dogs earlier today, getting past Somerset 3-1. Jealous of their time of game, it was 1 hour and 58 minutes, Adam. How do you like that?
There you go.
Altoona, they're on a pretty hot stretch right now as they've bumped up to an even 500 record on a 4-game winning streak, taking down Harrisburg 5-2, and they've really jumped over Harrisburg decisively. They'll now be 2.5 games up above the Senators at the end of today's games. Hartford got past Richmond today, 7-4. They used 3 runs in the 4th and then 3 more again in the 7th to pick up the win, as Richmond will now fall directly into 3rd place overall. Erie will hold on to sole possession of 2nd at the end of today's games. Akron got past New Hampshire 4-2, so the Rubber Ducks will stay in 1st place in the Southwest Division. And then Binghamton used an early and consistent attack to take down Reading. A single run in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, then 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 9th to pick up a 6-4 win, closing the door on the Fightins' comeback attempt there. Adam, how are things looking around the Orioles organization?
Well, Baltimore was off today, but, around the organization, it's interesting. What a shocker. Only one team won. It's not a surprise who did, because it's the team that always wins. It's Aberdeen, as they win at home over Wilmington 5-2 tonight. The Ironbirds are now 27-12 on the year. They're the only above 500 team in the Orioles organization, and they're having just a spectacular season. Delmarva they have fallen to Charleston by a final of 7-3. And a doubleheader. Norfolk was swept, so they go to 3 below 500. 4-1 in the opener and 3-2 in the second game to Gwinnett, the Braves affiliate. But Dylan Harris, the former Baysox this year, did hit his second AAA homer in the second game of that doubleheader.
Well, and I did see that DL Hall at least put together a good start as well for Norfolk. And considering they were both low-scoring games, it was supposed to be Hall and Grayson Rodriguez, so it sounds like they both had, at the very least, respectable days on the mound to hang their hat on. Not much more to say about this one, though, Adam. I think the best way to put it is that it's always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah, I like that thinking. The thing that was tough about today is you had a lot of pitchers that have struggled here early on for the Baysox that really had a big chance. They knew they were going to need to go out there and throw multiple innings in Birch, Lopritch. And even though McClarty had moments tonight, they all ended up having nights that were lopsided in the other direction, and that's why the score ended up being what it was.
Again, the score we care about most here on this production is that of Bowie's, and unfortunately, it was one of the more forgettable scores over the course of the 2022 season. Erie over Bowie tonight, 17-1. The two sides back at it again tomorrow at 7:05 as Garrett Stallings will climb the hill for the Baysox. He's got a 2-2 record and a 3.55 ERA this season. Chance Kirby, a right-hander, will go for Erie, a 3-1 record and a 1.57 ERA here in 2022. It'll be a 7:05 first pitch tomorrow, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:45. If you've got the time, hope you stop by and listen. But for now, we say so long. For Adam Pohl, I'm Matt Sabata saying thank you for joining as Erie bests Bowie tonight, 17-1. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.